I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man!
Nuts. You thought?
And now, your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon! After the stream, I truly don't want to hear anyone tell me who isn't the king of entertainment. Because none of you know a person like me. Surgery can't hold the cowboy king of entertainment down. Surgery can't hold the cowboy king of entertainment back. Because I love doing this so much. I love talking to you all so much that I am still here and the show must go on. So, with that being said, I'm coming to you guys in rare form. That's the cowboy king of entertainment, post surgery. Guys, I just want to say what's going on. I want to thank all of you guys that's actually showing up today to show your support and show some love for your man, the cowboy king of entertainment. It's weird, but my arm has a nerve block in it, and guess what? It doesn't even work. What I mean is, I reached my hand down. I was like, ew, I can't feel this. It's just a dead arm. Now, it's going to last up to 48 hours. When it wears off, I had the feeling in my hand again, but that's when I'm going to have the pain. So I actually had my wife pull this up a little bit because it felt funny with my arm hanging. But I need to watch out for that because this is the problem area. And I need to make what the work they did stay in this right position. But I'm supposed to wear this for like a week. I don't go back into my post-op appointment till next week, Thursday. So I didn't get a chance to talk to doctors or anybody. When I woke up, I was still a little dizzy. I didn't ask, could I play video games? So long story short, I think I'm just going to be screwed up for a week. You guys hear the way I sound? That's because they put a tube in my throat while I was asleep to help me breathe. So my throat's a little scratchy. It's not bad, but you know me, I talk a lot. So I'm probably gonna have to get some water as I'm talking. But yeah, they put an IV in me so they could give me the anesthesia. I didn't know when they did this, so I must have been asleep. Well, I was asleep, and then they must have, I guess, give me whatever stuff they need to give me for that. They put a big needle in my neck in order to block this out. So when they was putting it, I try not to look at the needle. The guy explained it to me, and then he had the needle in his hand. I looked, I was like, whoa, that needle was huge. So but yeah, guys, I love doing YouTube. I don't love doing YouTube for money. I don't love doing YouTube for fame. I love doing YouTube because I'm a social person and I love people. I love to talk. I love to chill and hang out. And I wanted to do this today. Once I came home, I felt like I feel good enough to sit for a couple hours and talk to people. And so that's what I want to do. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that tomorrow. When this wears off, maybe I can, right? But as long as I can, God willing, I'll be sitting here talking to you guys. So I can't do any game streams, but I will be here talking to you guys. So let me turn this on. My guys' little light isn't coming on. It's bothering me. But yeah, man, when you guys talk about me, man, good or bad, when people get mad at the cowboy, this and that, just know I am the king of entertainment. Like, I'm for real when it comes down to this stuff. I think I might have broke my light. It's bothering me. Oh, damn. Only got one hand. I just realized I unplugged it. I'm going to get it back in. Aha. There we go. So, okay, it's turning. Cool. So yeah, guys, just know, man, I love this stuff. I love you guys, and I want to put on a show today. So I know my man F-Cat, he's got some stuff he want to talk about, and we could get through that. I just want to chat with you guys. Have you ever had a major surgery? And if you have, what was it? How long did you recover? Did you have a lot of pain after surgery? But yeah, I'm here. Guys, I will be on this channel to the day I die. Not many people could say that and mean it. But I think you all know from now, watching me over the years, or even if you watch me for a month or a couple weeks, the cowboy is real. So a lot of guys that was taking my videos of Redfall is not a bad game. That's fine. And they was laughing, joking, or calling me a retard and all this stuff. And that's fine. But just know, you won't see them. You won't see many people doing this. But I do this because of you guys. And because I love to do this. I'm on here with no shirt on. And if, oh no, it's Alex could be on here with no shirt on. Then I think I could be on here with no shirt on. So I'm going to grab a chair. Oh, wait. By the way, if you guys need to know, my channel is a multi-channel, multi-purpose, whatever you want to call it. But I do vlogging. That means stuff like this. I literally vlog me going to surgery and everything. So you'll get a video on that. I vlogged leading up to my surgery. From the first day I went to the orthopedic surgeon. I vlogged the day I went to a chiropractor. I vlogged the day I got hurt in the gym. My life is on YouTube since 2011. Also, I do podcasts, talk shows, live streams. So you guys will get a lot of this. We talk about everything. So come check me out. I do gaming. I do gaming reviews or first impression reviews. I stream gaming. And I do reviews. Guys, I do movie reviews and I do product reviews. Just check out the channel. It's something for everybody. You don't have to watch all my content because I do a lot. While people sleeping, I'm making content. That's how the cowboy gets down. But yeah, just find the content on my channel that you like. Take some time and go to the playlist and just scroll through. I think I have something for everybody. I got dog videos, you name it. I got videos for days. If you love food, me and my wife all the time, and you know, we get food. My man Josh Waring in the building. He re-upped his membership. You got to check out his membership video. It's really cool. I put a lot of great things about him. That's one thing I do as well. I do membership videos to make it stand out. I'm backed up, a little behind, but I think it'd be cool if I actually do some of the videos with my sling on. So I got a lot of time on my hands. So guys, I'm gonna catch up on those membership videos, but I make a personal video for you advertising the different stuff you do. Oh wait, actually, might be kind of hard trying to edit with one arm. So I might just be making a video saying thank you. But I'll see what I could do. But I want to thank Josh. He's truly my mentor. He's the guy that told me I should monetize my channel. So he's the reason why my channel is monetized, because I took him up on this challenge and I did it in a year and 30 days. So thank you, Josh, for that. And thank you for all your support. Thank you to your beautiful girlfriend, Chloe. But all you beautiful people, man, thank you for being here. So now that you know what the channel is about, if you're new, I'm going to have to call my wife and ask her because she gave me some water. But I'm going to grab a chair. I hope you guys grab a chair. And I hurt myself trying to get back in shape. And now, look at me. I'm fat. So about 6 months from now, when the cowboy is ready to get back in business, I'll be back in business. So I'm going to sit. This feels so weird with my arm just like hanging. This is weird, man. This is weird. My arm's like look at this. It just, the arm like doesn't move. Can't move. I can't feel it. I just feel like all this pressure. And it's like phantom pain, like they say. I could feel that like I have a hand somewhere. But I can't feel if I go up and down. It's like in this area, I feel like it's still right here. When I go up, I feel like it's still down there. So phantom pain is real. Never experienced that. But this is crazy. I'm just gonna let my arm hang. Guys, I'm not left-handed. I'm gonna be a little slow, so bear with me. I'm not gonna be fast at all. So that's another hard thing. Right-handed. Oh, Chloe donated $10. Let's go. Thank you so much, Chloe. I'm gonna read your chat. I gotta get some water. Hold on. Let me do this. I'll be right back. I gotta get water. My voice is gonna be jacked up this whole stream. So let me go grab some water. Because yeah, this ain't gonna be cool. So here, let me hit this right here. I thought I had a be right back video. All right, I'll be right back.
What's going on, guys? I want to welcome you to something very special. The And Now Your Mama Knows All-Purpose Champions. And what that is a membership for the channel. It's $2.99 a month. And with $2.99 a month, you will get virtual videos. That's right, guys. What I'm doing is something different that no one else is doing. So for that $2.99, if you have any type of business, anything you sell, anything you want to promote, whether it's a YouTube channel, a social media page, I will make a custom video specifically for you, and I'll be illustrating everything that you tell me to. I'll add links to the video. It's going to be in a playlist, and that way it'll literally be your own personal advertisement. Also, guys, we're going to be doing member shout-outs. So the people who are members, if you're an all-purpose champion, I'm going to have your name all over. I'm going to announce your name in multiple videos. Don't worry, guys. The world will know that you are an all-purpose champion. Something I also want to do, guys, that's going to be awesome and monumental is I'm going to have early access to videos. That's right. If you're all-purpose champion, you'll be able to watch certain videos before anybody else. Also, guys, I have emojis and badges. And the cool thing about the badges are the longer you become an all-purpose champion, guys, you get the upgrade from badges to badges to badges. So you can show everyone else your cool badges and why you're an all-purpose champion. Well, guys, thank you. And I know you all can't wait to rush out and become a Now Your Mama Knows all-purpose champion. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And now your mama knows.
And now.
So, guys, I'm back, and look who I got with me. I got my lovely daughter and my lovely wife. And I went to get water, and I decided, F that, I get some iced tea. So I was like, my daughter was going to take this top off for me. You guys all know Lena and Sandy.
Hi, guys. I'm just gonna...
And as you can see, he's
independent.
I'm independent. I'm an independent woman.
Or,
you know?
You're not a woman.
I'm a woman for this stream. Independent. If you hold up, what's the independent woman song? Beyonce did that first, right? No, Destiny's Child, right? Didn't they make the independent woman? That was like a whole thing. Why y'all looking like don't you know music?
All the ladies is independent. Throw your hands up. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, my ladies.
I had to figure out the song, and I was like, what's that talking about?
Yeah,
And then I was like, oh, then all of a sudden the jingle was rung in my head, and I was like, oh, okay.
All right, I'm going to talk a lot, and I'm going to need this.
I love him.
Oh, yeah.
That
did it. Yep. That did it. Well, do you want to say I love you, Nina? Sandy, love you too.
Love you too.
Guys, I got a good support system. I'm going to be all right. You guys don't even worry about me. I'm going to have Lena driving over here all the time. Don't you worry. She live a half an hour away, but she going to be here. Know what I mean? But, guys, you're on my time now, and I need y'all to get up out of here so I can do my show. I just want y'all to come to be on stream so people can see I got a good support system. Hey, don't be looking at my fish.
First of all, there was two sucker fish. There was two algae fish in there, and I don't even know where they are anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they're...
No, yeah, there's only 5 fish in there, Lena.
There's... What?
No, those other fish, whatever they are, but it's only them barbs.
I know, but there was 2 algae fish in there.
Oh, how about this kid was making fun of me, right? Of a video, and then he was like, "Look at him, he got SpongeBob and all that in his fish tank." I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize you could see that good." All right, well, it's my daughter's fish tank, but mine now.
They knocked down all the figurines except for SpongeBob in the house, but yeah, there's supposed to be 2 algae fish in there. Not no more.
All right, come on, y'all killing. I got a show to run. All right.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Hey, y'all seen that? She violent. All right, let me read all your comments. We get into it. My man, Loso Banks. Loso, I didn't get back to your comment. As you can see, bro, I'm jacked up. So my boy Obi Rose did a stream, and I jumped on watching his stream, and I had people come over. My neighbor came over. My daughter showed up. So I was talking to her and her boyfriend. But I'm going to read what you wrote me on Twitter. But thank you, man. He said, I hope everything went well with your surgery. God bless. Thank you so much. I got a bad habit of lifting my shoulder up. I got to let it just hang. Damn. Let me see how everyone. Oh, you know what's funny? I'm supposed to be putting ice on my shoulder. I might want to start doing that. Looking like Wolverine at the end of Logan. Glad you had successful surgery. Thanks, man. Let me see. What's up, Cowboy? What's up, Chariot Man Gaming? Guys, I like to usually press the buttons to make the noise. I'm slow. I'm not left-handed, so I'm not going to be doing all that today. I want to hear from you guys, hear your stories. I'm going to open it up so you guys could jump in a moment. Claude said you are probably high. No, not at all, man. I only had that dizzy feeling for a short period of time. My surgery is actually short. It was only an hour. She said it was an hour, going to be an hour and a half. So she said, and actually my surgeon said it's her favorite surgery. So Claude Chariot Man said in chat, glad you're fine, but get some rest, bro. I don't rest, brother. What you talking about? Glad surgery went well. Thank you so much, JD MXP, baby. Let me see. Josh Wearing celebrates 20 months. Guys, 20 months. Said I had meniscus surgery on my knee. 6 months. Oh, wow. I didn't know that, Josh. Chloe did say, we love you. Yeah, you know how I feel about you, Chloe. I love you guys so much. Came out of surgery and the Cowboys still going. Unbelievable. This is what a passion is. Hey, I love it. I love it and I love y'all. Might need a left-handed might need a left-handed mouse. Oh yeah, this is a I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm doing this just fine. $10 from Chloe Diz. Video game controller evolves into a muscled version of itself under the word LVL plus. Listen, guys. Listen. All right. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Yo, it's real. I'm learning that. Cowboy, the independent woman, flashing his man boobs. Hey, hold up. I got you, Hopes. I can still make them jump. Don't get it twisted. I'll be back in the gym and scope myself up, man. All right, so, Melrose Mike, what's up, man? Cheers to the quick. I appreciate it. I'm not out the woods because Melrose, once this pain block wears off and I get the feeling on my arm again, bro, that's when the pain gonna hit me. But I'm looking forward to it. Oh, wait. A friend of mine's I didn't send this to is Nikki. Oh, I gotta find her thing. Let me find her. Let me find her. Let's see. Find Nikki. Hold on real quick. Want to send this to, there she go. Want to send this to my girl Nikki. Oh, damn. That's not what I want to do. All right, hold, guys, bear with me. All right, just calm down. Y'all know I'm using one arm, so y'all got to give me a break today. If you ever gave me a break, what the hell? Today is that day. All right. I'm trying to let some people know I'm doing this surgery. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Just hold on, man. I can hear some of y'all now. Yo, he on there and he all slow. I got one freaking arm and I'm not left-handed. Some crybabies, man. I can hear it. I can hear it in your head right now. All right. I think that's it, right? I got one more person in mind. Oh, you out of here, Lena?
Yeah, I realized you were sitting in the car this entire time.
Oh, wow. You said I'm ready to go. All right. Well, thank you very much for showing up. I love you so much. And I will see you.
Yeah, I'll see you
one of these days. It's all good. One of these days.
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably see me next week. Well, yeah,
okay.
You'll see me next week.
Okay.
Bye, Daddy.
All right, bye. And she's out of my life. All right, cool. I just want to send this to somebody. Let me send this to my buddy Kevin. He his mom had surgery today too. How crazy is that? So that's crazy. Send it to my buddy Jax. See this? I'm sending it to some people who normally don't watch me, but they was checking in on me. All right, I think that's about it. All right, there we go. All right, come on, yeah, come. Let me turn this down. All right, there we go. Goon Squad is in the building. My man Jack Seven's in the building. My man Black Dragon's in the building. Black Dragon is a friend of mine. We went to high school together. yeah, man, he is a close personal friend of mine. Dude, my arm is dead. So this arm I can't feel anything because they gave me a pain block. So I'm looking forward to that wearing off. It feels nasty. Like I'm holding my hand in my hand, and it doesn't feel like my hand, and it's swollen. But anyway, let me open this up to guests. I'm a little slow. I'm still going to try to type this in to join the show. Any of you guys could jump in. Let's chat it up. I know my guy FCat want to jump in and go over some stuff, which is cool. But I'm just here to chat and talk life, gaming, whatever you guys want to talk. All right, to join the show. There you go. I'm going to pin it. My man Kevin, there he is. So Kevin, I was just saying how your mom also got surgery today. My man night shift, and I couldn't. Yeah, man. Hey Kev, listen, man. Listen, being the ultimate stage in evolution, yeah, it's okay to get hurt from time to time. But being the ultimate stage, Kevin, you're going to love this. Being the ultimate stage of evolution, Kevin, it's a mindset, okay? It's not just about the physicality of it, even though I'm not that bad. I got a little fat stomach now. You know, I haven't worked out in, well, I guess it's a year now. A full year I haven't did a straight workout because a year ago that gym was opening and I canceled my old gym to join it. And then it kept getting delayed for 6 months. And then it finally opened. And then I get injured. Actually, yeah, I want to invite the trainer. There you go. Nikki said, you should take it easy. I'm going to say, you take it easy. You take it easy, lady. Oh, man. Guys, my man FCat is jumping in the building. It's about to get real. Let's see. Bam. Send it to him. All right. So. Oh, Ellis. My man Ellis. What's up, brother? I should probably get a pillow. Here, let me call my wife real quick. I'm going to ask her, could she get me a pillow? I just want to rest my hand. Even though I can't feel it. But it doesn't feel right. It feels like it should be rested. Hold on, guys. Guys, I'm a little needy today. Let me get FCat in here real quick. Call my wife. Put her on speakerphone. Let's hear what smack she got to say.
Hello?
Oh, my beautiful baby Sandy. Can you bring me a pillow, please? I just feel like I need to have my hand rested.
What do you need?
A pillow.
A pillow?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Black Dragon said, man, you should be taking it easy. Hey, mother effer, you take it easy. The cowboy don't take it easy. All right? No pain, no gain. I'm saying that now. But when that pain set in, it's probably not going to be cool. Kevin said, hey, Kevin, it's a mindset, baby. I knew you would get that. You would get that. Let me see. Cowboy, drop and give me 10 push-ups. LOL. Glad to see you doing your thing. Be careful. Hey, Ellis. You know you was going to see me, bro. But, guys, let's bring in none other than my right-hand man. Oh, hold on. My wife is coming. Yeah, I feel this thing feels weird just hanging. It feels weird because I can't feel it. So, I hope that's not going to be bothering this. But anyway, now, hit the like button, my man. Hey, wait, we're going to have to spot check this like button. Hold on. Spot check the like button. All right, we got, back up a little bit. All right, we got 10 people watching. Let's see if the let's see if the likes are 50% at least. 10 people watching. Oh, 13 likes. My own like will make it 14. Guys, you didn't get a chance to hit the like button yet. Please hit the like button. It looks like YouTube added something where you can make emojis go in the corner. Hit them little hearts or whatever. Guys, my voice is messed up. They said that when I was sleeping, they had to put a not a feeding tube. They put a tube down my throat to help me breathe. So that's why my throat is scratchy. Hey, yo, before FCAT come in, let's give it up for my man, Obi Rose. He's killing the damn thing. Rose back. Look pretty freaking amazing. Can you play PS or this guy? You're a loser, bro. I got one arm. My arm doesn't even move. This arm, I have no feeling at all. So yeah, I can't play PlayStation with one arm. But the two people that comes on the show the most is coming in red hot. None other than the right-hand man. F the cat is in the building. AF, I'm sorry that I had to go late. You know, Obi was doing this thing. I didn't even know if I was streaming, but I was like, yo, I know my man FCAT got to show me some love, though. I know he gotta pop in here. And what is it? Here you are. So thank you, man, for showing up and showing out as you always do, because I know you ready, right?
No doubt.
Bet. All right. And then FCAT in the building. Yes, he is. And FCAT, this was deep because you was on Obi's shows. I thought that was cool, man. It was meant to make you laugh, jerk. Hey, come here, Michaela. Hold up, FCAT, real quick. Let me get my other daughter on the feed. You always look terrible. It don't matter.
Hey, yo. I'm cleaning my room and I'll throw down trash.
Wow, she cleaned her room. That doesn't happen. Okay. All right, but guys, let me bring in none other than not just my guy, not just your guy, but he is the accent guy, my man Hope, coming from the UK to hang out with your boy, the cowboy.
I know what that's like, having a tube shoved down your throat. I've had that done myself, but I was awake for it. So,
oh, you was awake for it?
Yeah, I came back off from the Caribbean and I had a stomach virus. So okay. I was sick for weeks and months, and I had to find out what it was because I was spewing all the time. So they actually took me to get like they had to put a tube down with a camera to see my stomach lining and take a snippet of my stomach.
Wow.
And me being stupid, I actually said, you know what, I'll stay awake. So they put this big, huge
endoscopy
thing between, they put a thing between my teeth to bite, and then he shoved this big, huge tube down. And I said, don't worry, you won't feel it. And once it went past the esophagus, whatever it's called, it went pop, and then I felt this tube all the way down to my stomach.
Holt, I gotta ask this question. So that means your gag reflex is pretty good, huh?
There you go. And mine's actually terrible because I was actually balking, and this woman was stroking my head. There you go. It's all right. And I must have been about 25, getting sympathy off this nurse. It was terrible.
Holtz, we said Holtz in the building. Man. So guys, I am here, man. Now I'm gonna make this clear. I don't know if I'm gonna be here. This pain block is gonna wear off. So right now, guys, when I have reached my hand down, I was like, ew, what's that? And it was my own hand. But luckily, I watched this video, and this guy video, he said, which was cool. My doctor never told me, physician assistant never told me, but the guy was like, you're not gonna have feeling in your hand. And I watched the video over the week, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So now I knew, like, oh, so that was cool, because if not, I'd have been calling the doctor's office like, my hand, I can't feel my hand. But guys, when this wears off, that's when I'm actually gonna have pain. So it's kind of like, do I not feel my hand and not have pain, or do I want to be able to feel my hand?
I wonder if you're gonna feel your whole hand, or it's gonna come in stages. You're gonna feel like your
I bet it come in stages. You know what it feels like? It feels like if I sat on my hand for a very long time, and not pins and needles, just that really numb, like pressure, that numbing pressure.
They didn't give you opioids?
Give me what?
They They didn't give you
Yeah.
opioids, like
Yeah, they gave me a prescription for Percocets and then Tylenol. So they said
yeah, that's kicking.
if I need it now, I'm actually supposed to be ice in this. I'm like, how can I? This is so thick. How can I ice? How? I don't know. So we'll figure it out.
Are you wishing that you got that machine that you said that it can't say pumps cold water and makes ice?
Not really. I think I'm gonna be good without it. But it did look cool. But when the physician assistants told me that even if I got the machine, I probably only need it for like 2 weeks.
What I would do? What
they
I'll
want
do?
me to rent it for a month.
I would customize my shoulder to hold an ice cream cup. So I'll put ice cream cup on my shoulder, and then I'll just use my other hand.
Hey, listen, now that's innovation right there. Yo, my man Dave, my brother Dave is in the building. So what's up, good family? So glad everything went well, bro. Praying for a speedy recovery. Thank you, brother. Please keep me in your prayers. I appreciate it, man. To have good guys like you, all the people that was in my wedding, man. You guys, I was in my wedding for a reason. Because whenever I knew life would throw me curveballs, mainly my marriage, because it's just life, that you guys would hold me up in prayer. And here we are, holding me up as I'm sitting here with no shirt on, with my arm in a sling. Now you could rub one out and call it the stranger. Yeah, well, I can't move my arm altogether, so. But I actually stopped doing that back in 2004. Jack, 27 is a funny story, and one day I'll tell you about it. All right, so FCAT, let me pull up the slide, man.
Well, that's unlike you. One day and never you stop the story straight away.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that today, but might have to bring back Sandy Anthony show for that. All right, so PlayStation is using Bungie to rigorously vet its upcoming live service games. I think this is smart, even though I really, really loved Factions, and I would have loved to see part 2 and not wait forever. But I think it's smart. Hold on. See, when you bring up PlayStation, I hope y'all just don't think people are gonna sit back and say nothing. Because coming in is none other than my man JD3MXP in the building, the PlayStation guru himself. Hey JD, man.
What up?
Yo,
what up, everybody?
Thank you for popping in, man, on this special day of mine, man.
Yeah, you know? For sure, man. Wishing you a speedy recovery, man. Definitely, man. For sure. Yeah, everything went well with your surgery, man.
So
yeah, I mean, when I got it done, I didn't see my surgeon, but I'm assuming everything looked good. They probably told me it looked good and everything went well, but I was, you're in that whole, whatever. But what's cool is I broke out of that fast. Like some people thought I would be like dizzy for a long, long time. I was dizzy on a car ride home. I was dizzy for a little bit at home. I took a nap and then I woke up and I was like, bro, I'm ready. And then once I felt good, even though I can't move my hand, I was like, oh, I'm streaming. Oh, I'm streaming. Bro, I'm streaming. Hey, JD, I'm streaming, bro.
You're streaming. Nothing going to stop you, man.
Nah.
Look, man.
And I would have did it earlier, but my man, Obi, he got a brand new hit show on Wednesdays. It looks dope. Loving the way it looks. He got a new setup. And I said, well, he's streaming. Because usually I do wrestling. So wrestling doesn't clash with his show. But I said he's streaming. So I'm just gonna wait till he finish streaming. But I'm streaming, JD. But JD, we talking about some PlayStation, bro. And you you are a man. Hey, JD.
The main thing, my main question or thing around this is like, how do you like this new direction of the multiplayer shooters and live service games?
Well,
and do you trust Bungie to vet these games?
Okay, so let me say this. First of all, I'm gonna say this. My man JD, he is a man of the P. All right, don't get it twisted.
Sure.
My man JD is a man of the P. Tell him, JD.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, now with that, now with that being said, I'll just answer first and let you guys go down the line. I was a big Destiny fan, so if anybody's gonna answer this question, I played the Destiny Alpha. And also, I was a fan of Halo too. But I played the Destiny Alpha when we're talking live service, all the way for 5.5 years. So that was into all the way the beginning of 1 into 2, and then I just felt like I'm live service. I got into it because it felt like a multiplayer, you know, the whole massive multiplayer online community thing was cool, but then it started to feel too much like a live service, which you pretty much they want to keep you playing. And guess what? Years like 3 years after I don't play Destiny no more, people still rocking. My boys in my Destiny chat, and mind you, I'm the clan leader. I created the clan. I don't play, they still play, right?
So yeah.
So, oh look, one of my boys is right here, Marvel Wonders. There he is. So he said, yes, you was, bro. You couldn't tell me. I bought a 70-inch 4K TV and a PlayStation 4 Pro at the exact same time because I wanted to play Destiny 2 in its highest glory. So I say that to say this. Yeah, I trust Bungie. I trust Bungie to know what they're doing with live services. And Sony is being honest. That's not their thing, right? They can make a multiplayer game, but live service isn't their thing. And if they own Bungie or some people want to say partner, so we use the word partner, even though they paid for them. But yeah, why not? Right? It's like as if you got a retainer for a lawyer and you get in trouble. You're gonna call your lawyer. You're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be my own lawyer, you know? So yeah, I think this is smart. That's my answer. What about you, Holtz?
I mean,
by the way, that's a great question, FCAT.
I mean, to me, I did play Destiny. I did love it to a certain point. Then it got too boring. The grind, the story, and so on. It just wasn't for me after the main game. I did play Destiny 2, but the same thing. I'm more for the story.
I mean, a lot of people gave up on Destiny.
I'm more for the story campaigns, and then once I do that, I give up on all the side quests, all the grinds, all the needs to have loot. So when I see this, I'm like, it's not for me to talk about live services. It goes over my head. A lot of these games, and yeah, I do trust Bungie. I've got a great history with them in past games like Halo and stuff like that. But I feel like no, it's not for me the direction that I want to go in or hear about. When it comes to PlayStation, more of a single player experience than a multiplayer. So I'm like a few for people that haven't got a clue about this space. I will jump in the future, and I will play multiplayer games at this scale, but it wouldn't be something that I'll be sticking around or fully invested in.
But host, not to jump in there, but I think his question was, do you agree with or approve that they're going to Bungie for help with their live service? Like you may never play the live service game in your life. I think his question is based off of knowing what Bungie does.
It goes over my head in a sense, the live space. So I don't really have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
At the best,
okay.
I would listen to. I trust Bungie. I like Bungie in the franchises that they've done before, but when in the live space, I wouldn't know what to think about it because I'm not fully invested. It's not my genre. It's not the way I want to see PlayStation, for example. So I just sit there and say, well, good for them. So Sony know what they're doing. And like I said,
let me do this real quick. Somebody caught my joke, and I just want to do this because Ella said, "Man of the P." I'll be here all week, guys. I'll be here all week. Yeah, and want to say what's up. The Rune is in the building, but go ahead.
For me, it's interesting because like if PlayStation shows me more shooters and stuff like that and multiplayer games, these good live service games more than Xbox, you know, I would definitely eye down a PlayStation 5 digital version. But do I trust Bungie? Yes and no. Bungie pretty much created live service games with Destiny 1, and they're still going strong. In another sense, Bungie is very weird with their storytelling and whatnot, so I don't really trust them in that department or their hype trailer department. so it's kind of ifs and buts, but I do trust that Bungie are wizards. They know how to optimize games for whatever platform, and they utilize great tech, and they also own bits of Stadia tech. I mean,
that's cool. What about you, JD?
Hey, so if not Bungie, then who? If not Bungie, then who? Because Bungie, without Bungie, Xbox wouldn't even be, without Halo, the original Halo, wouldn't even be as big. Online multiplayer wouldn't have even had that impact without Bungie. Then you say Destiny. say what you will about the story, but if we're just talking about live service, we're just talking about implementing a service where people are online, multiplayer, and they know what mechanics work with live service games. This is going to be Bungie because they still, despite how you feel about Destiny, because with Destiny they went with Activision, then they went independent, and a whole bunch of things happened in between. But despite what you feel about how Destiny's story rolled out, we're not really talking about that. We're talking about just them helping with implementing gameplay loops that will keep players involved. And that's something that PlayStation, as far as their multiplayer games, they don't really have that. Like Uncharted was cool. Uncharted multiplayer was cool, but it wasn't engaging like like a Destiny or a Halo. The Last of Us Factions, the first one, part one, was cool, but it still wasn't as engaged. It was very niche. So when we talking about just evaluating the games, then Bungie is top tier. And I don't know as far as who PlayStation can go out and reach out to, because they're not going to go to Blizzard, right? They're not going to go to really Blizzard and try to get that because of the whole Xbox situation. So, they, like you said, Cowboy, they paid the money to have Bungie. They're going to implement the strategy was to get the studios implemented with each other. We already see the Destiny and the PlayStation collaboration already happen. And so, so they're, if not Bungie, then who?
When you talk about live service games, that other who is basically Epic, because right now the only good live service games out there are Destiny and Fortnite.
Whoa, bro. And as I pulled up this comment, World of Warcraft was the first live service game. No one said.
Well,
Destiny
is the first one on console.
Well, no.
Destiny
Final Fantasy 14. I believe Final Fantasy 14 was out before Destiny, right? But it just never had that big. So here's the thing. This is what I want to say.
Was
JD touched on the
before
point.
Destiny?
So listen, well, somebody Google that. But here's the thing. What I got to give credit to, and JD said this, but I don't think y'all caught it. Yo, Bungie went independent. What studio became independent without a big publisher, and their game was still a AAA household name game? Somebody answer that, because I don't recall another studio.
They can go independent again. They can go independent again, and no one would blink an eye. Like nothing would change.
Right, but most of the studios like EA, like Titanfall, like you see Respawn, like those are all backed by they're inside the studio with lots of money, publishing and all that stuff. But Blizzard and all of these things. But when you talking about like just an independent game by one company, like Bungie, they know their stuff, man. Say what you will about the stories, PlayStation, and that's where PlayStation can help them at with the story part of their games with Marathon and stuff like that. PlayStation can help them out with that. You know what I'm saying? So they can just bounce off ideas because that's what they do.
Real quick. Hold up. Let me read this real quick. I want to let this get away from me. PlayStation should bring back Little Big Planet. Well, Sackboy is Little Big Planet, and they did just come out with that Sackboy game, right, for the PlayStation 5. So technically, I feel like, and it just came on PlayStation Plus. So I feel like Sackboy is still relevant. I don't feel like he didn't get no crazy marketing push.
Bungie knows their stuff. I mean, you
and,
can't doubt that.
And Purple Haze is in the building, but who's in the building is my big brother, aka the Green Eyes Bandit. Can't stand it, Dave Jimenez, the sharpest looking man in my wedding. Yo, Dave, what's up, man? Where is he at? I pulled him on here. Yeah, it says he's on screen.
Yeah, he's on here.
All right, yeah. But Dave is on the building. Thank you very much, Purple. I appreciate it. Oh, wait, look. I put him on here. Oh, yeah, he's at the J. All right, cool. All right, but yeah, so yeah, I think everybody has some really good answers for that. But yeah, let's move on. So what you got for us here, FCAT? Dear PlayStation, we don't want your awful live service multiplayer games.
So everybody's mad about it. There's other people mad about it because I mean, I get it. You hear live service games, that means you don't own the game.
Okay.
So we're back into that, debate or conversation again about owning your game and always online and blah blah blah.
Well, I'll say this.
You think that's gonna hurt PlayStation? Because when you go
No.
live service games, you can hit bangers sometimes. It's very, very rare you'll hit a banger, but sometimes you'll hit a flop and it'll end up shutting down.
So here's the thing: you have listen. There's no reward without risk. Okay, and if you're trying to obtain, if you're trying to shoot for, let's say, a banger as a live service, you got to remember, Sony want to have 12 live service games by 2026. You got to throw those 12 at the wall. And I'm sure, remember, I worked for a market research company for 20 years. Bro, we used to do studies where we needed 35 doctors, and we would send thousands of fax invitations just to get 35 people. That's a crazy lopsided number, but that's what you do to get what you need. So that's one, right? That's one. Two, here's what's problem with people. And Dave, could we hear you?
He's not here anymore.
No, he came back. He left and came back.
Yeah, he came back.
Here's what's the problem. People and gamers in general, right? You remember, I'm predominantly a PlayStation guy, right? But I made a video saying, to me, the 3 hours I played with Redfall, it wasn't bad. People went crazy. They didn't even pay attention to my channel. If they looked at my channel for 1 minute, they'd be like, oh, he likes PlayStation. No, they call me a Xbot and everything. Here's what gamers do. We hate live service games. That probably means you don't play them. So why would Sony ever do that? Because I love their single player experience. Bro, you could just shut up and keep playing Spider-Man and The Last of Us and everything you want. And you never have to touch their live service games, ever. You can have both. It doesn't mean Sony's going to go downhill because they make a couple dud live service games. As long it's called studios. Now, when they say, okay, all hands on deck, we need every studio to stop and work on a live service, then you might have a problem. But that's
I'm glad they got choice and they're actually going to have choice for gamers. But you hear the market is exactly the same. Single player's dead. Hence why live services is coming to the forefront. So I'm glad that PlayStation understands the user base from one side and another side, and then they've got other options available. I mean, I love the single player experiences. Other live services, I dabbled in live services like Warframe, Destiny, some MMORPGs, but I always go back to the single player experience. And like you just said, I'm that type of gamer. I'll shut up and I'll play them. I don't have to complain about live services. So all these people on the internet, you just need to get a grip. But like they said, it's my Sony, it's my perspective, it's my console. How can I do this? It's like they're only venturing out in different avenues to try and make more money, should I say?
Like I said, I mean, a live service is hit or miss. Like either it's a banger or it flops, and they end up shutting it down.
I think everybody's scared of, since they had $70 video games, AAA games, they're afraid of, the microtransactions from Sony. But look here though. If you really want PlayStation, if you really love PlayStation, you would want them to do better in all areas. And the one thing that they have been weak in for years is the multiplayer live service, whatever you want to call it. They just have been very weak in multiplayer experiences, and that's something that I want them to gain. We see them do they took over Evo and doing esports, so they're getting geared up for a lot of like multiplayer, a lot of stuff like that, online communities and things of that nature. So I want them to strive in that area. Like if you really want them to win, like so anybody saying different, they're not. I mean, look, play your games. That's what I'm saying. There's a choice. You don't have to buy them. Yeah, you don't have to buy them. If that's not for you, you don't have to buy the VR if it's not for you. But don't say a company shouldn't try to do different things.
Yeah, and look what Rune said. Rune said Sony single player investments is still the same. They just growing live service investments, and Sony already got 2 hit live service games people sleep on: MLB The Show and Gran Turismo. And also, let me back up real quick. Somebody answer this for me.
Like the worst live service game.
Somebody answer this for me. Ellis said, anyone see NBA 2K 2023 and Trek the Yumi or June free monthly games, or 2 of them are fire? Shrek, is that he's talking about PlayStation?
Yeah, PlayStation
okay,
Plus.
Shrek the Yumi was on Xbox, right? I know that.
It's on PlayStation. It's on PlayStation as well.
Oh, but it came out on Game Pass. Okay,
Well,
it came out on Game Pass.
Has Sony confirmed what approach they want to do in this live service? Like, for example, are you going to do Fortnite where it's free and then you buy content? Or are they actually going to be like Destiny where you buy the game and buy expansions?
Destiny was paid at first, then it went free to play over time because it flopped.
So you think it's better to have the free to play model for the live services and then add additional content like gold bars and stuff like that to the consumer?
Yeah.
That's how they're going to do live
That
service.
was my understanding.
Well, I mean, Suicide Squad might be that live service, and that's a big game.
Yeah, that's multiplayer. But
speaking of that, I wonder if this game's going to be free or paid.
I don't know.
We'll have to see. We don't know. But PlayStation didn't elaborate on like what their plans was like as far as they'll be free or paid for.
Right.
And that's why they hired they got Haven Studios right there. They was working on stuff for Stadia, and then they got Bungie. So I'm pretty sure they'll evaluate like what works.
Right.
So wait, let me ask you this: is Marathon Sony exclusive or multiplayer?
No,
it's multiplayer.
It's multi-platform. Every Bungie game from here on out is going to be multi-platform.
Okay,
so
I know Bungie
never
said
going to be any kind of exclusive thing out there.
Yeah, I know Bungie has the ability to do it, but I didn't know if they decide to make. Okay.
I mean, considering
I'm not sure
considering the CG trailer and what Bungie described in their Vidic about this game, how y'all feeling about it? What y'all think? Y'all think it's gonna be like an extraction shooter battle royale, blah blah blah?
Well, hold on. I need to talk to you about that. I watched the video, bro. I told you this. You said it was gonna be battle royale. I said nowhere did they say battle royale. You said you gotta watch the video. I watched the video and they still.
So what I think it's going to be like a mixture. I think this is what I'm thinking, that it's going to be like a mixture extraction shooter with battle royale, kind of like how
it's
the Cycle Frontier is like kind of like both, and Scavengers is kind of like both.
Yeah, it sounds like if you guys ever played Vigor or if you ever played Hunt Showdown. It sounds like it's going to be like that. Extraction, let me just break it down. They said extraction game. That just means it's actually, no, everybody probably, not everybody, but a lot of people probably played, if you play Warzone, they have a mode called, what it's called, WMD or W. Yeah, so that mode is an extraction mode, meaning when you go in the game, you can leave whenever you want. Now, it might be somebody waiting there to try to stop you from leaving, or when you go to leave, it'll take a while for, like, let's say you go to leave and a helicopter come pick you up. Everybody knows you're trying to leave, and then they could come try to attack you. So that's an extraction game. You get in, you get out.
They said in this game, there's a couple ways to win. You can either sprint all the way and not die. You can collect the artifacts and create the prime artifact and get out with it, or there's another way.
Yeah, so they classify it as a extraction shooter, but there'll be different ways to like win the conflict. Like you don't have to get the kills. You can either do the objective, and then whatever you do in the game, it like moves the story forward, which was interesting. So like if your team grabs all the artifacts first and unlocks something, whatever, then it's going to open up that sector for the rest of the players and stuff like that in the game.
That's kind of like a mixture of like what they're doing in Destiny, like how you do like a world's first raid and stuff. So they're kind of drawing all that.
Well, if you ever play Vigor, it's a cool concept. So you could go in and you could leave immediately, right? So they don't notify people that you're going to leave like they do when you try to leave in Hunt Showdown. Hunt Showdown, you actually have to do something in order to leave, right? Because you want to leave after you kill this creature, right? And then people know you killed a creature, so they want to kill you so they could grab the loot. In Vigor, you drop down and you just scavenge or grab stuff, and then you like, you know what? I'm getting up out of here. Like you could go in Vigor and have like no weapons on you and just want to leave. So we don't know, but those are two examples.
At first, I loved the Division when it done that in the Dark Zone. I loved where when you extract yourself, it let other gamers know that you're extracting, and I enjoyed it at first until I realised I was getting killed again and again and again, and I realised I was wasting too much time getting killed and someone backstabbing me. Then I would where I just want to exit with what I've got. So if I just walk in, find an item that I want, I would like to happily take it away safe without actually having better games come at me and steal what I've grinded for.
I just wanted to bring this game back up because they're going dark about it, and we're not going to hear about it till it comes out. I'm predicting this comes out 2015.
It's crazy. 2015. Hey, we're going backwards.
Yeah. After Final Shape, they're going to launch this. After Final Shape, they're going to launch this, and it's going to pull people off of Destiny.
Well, to me, it's all right going back in time, because when I actually watched that trailer, I heard all that electric music, and I was like, is that Tron meets Stranger Things in the 80s? I was like, what's with all this electric orchestra? I was like, oh. So going back might not be bad.
Let me just.
Then there's a lot of story. There's a lot of lore. If you look on their Twitter, they're actually, so it's weird. So they're like, we're going silence, but actually, there's a lot of lore already that like they're doing.
Yeah, Bungie always throws in like little secrets if you catch them.
Hey,
bunch of secrets.
Do you like that approach,
JD,
guys?
are you? Hold up, JD. Are you being called out? Because Ron said all I know is JD better start practicing in Street Fighter.
Oh, Ron wants to smoke, man. Ron wants to smoke in Street Fighter 6, so it's going down, man. I already got the Ultimate Edition pre-order. Y'all already know Cammy's my girl, so you know Ron can get it anytime. Anybody,
I always want to read, try to read not every comment, but I want to put that up. Also, what sound popular was I always heard people say "Escape from Tarkov," so I know that's a popular, a popular one.
Do you like that approach in game? Do you like that approach in games where you have to go out and read the expanded universe online?
I think it's cool. Like, Holtz, please, one day play Vigor with me, man. It's it's free. It's so different to play a game where you don't like Maker said it. Maker said this. Maker said extraction games are more about grabbing loot most of the time over kills. It's cool to get in. You're like, we could jump in and say, all right, host, let's take no weapons with us. That means somebody see us, we can't kill them. But we want to have our bag so empty, we just want to grab as much loot as we can and leave. And we're like sneaking around. We're like, host, remember, we can't get seen.
I like that. I like that approach.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Yeah. Play how you want to play.
So our inventory's got nothing in it, so we actually want to get more gear out faster than the idea of killing someone and filling up with stuff that we don't need.
Real quick, let me just say this. I just want to put the spotlight on me. My man Rune said Cowboy does not seem like he just had surgery. Same energy. Hey, listen, man, and my man Shin Marvel. Shin Marvel know me. He was at not all my weddings, last two weddings. That's my guy in real life. Not real life. I hate saying that, but outside of the virtual world, he said that's because Cowboy is a robot. Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna be the same me. You're just not gonna see no spin kicks and jumping around because that is not advised. But I had to still come on here, man. And
if he takes that thing
like
off,
I was up to it,
it's like something out of Terminator. He takes that thick patch off, and you'll see wires, the metal arm.
Yeah, guys, the deal got approved.
Yourself, man. Don't be telling the people my secret.
The ABK deal got approved in South Korea. How y'all feeling?
Honestly, I never had a problem with the ABK deal. I understand the people who say in the future it might be bad for gaming. I know that's a theory. They could be wrong or they could be right. That I don't know. So I tend to not worry about what I like. If it's not a live thing now,
is already the thing about that fear. It's already happening now with Sony, with Apple, with Google. Microsoft is just trying to get into that mix to where they can issue their own stuff and make their own money from it, and like get all the money for it.
Yeah, me personally, I want the deal to go through just because I like shakeups, right? Like I'm the guy where I'll get a little personal. at my job, the girls there, we always joke around. They always prank me so much so. My Godzilla cup that I got for Christmas, I do tea time at work, right? It's called tea time. I always drink tea around 9 a.m. So I went and made my tea, and I went to sip it, and the girl was like, "Hey, you didn't look in your cup." So look at my cup for what? Looked at my cup. There's a sticky note floating. I said, "Bro, now this is what you don't do. Don't play around with food." But they always try to prank me. So they put a sticky note in it, but I wash my cup out after I drink my tea, and then the next day I just make tea. So she was like, "We should have washed your cup out, blah, blah, blah." So my boss, she said, "Well, how long are you going to be out?" I said, "I'm not really sure." She's like, "You don't know how your desk's going to look when you come back." So I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And then you know what she said? She paused and she was like, "Well, maybe you should," she got a little serious. "Maybe you should take all your personal stuff." Now in my head, I'm like, why would you tell me to take my personal stuff? Is that part of a joke, or are you trying to say you're gonna, because they transfer people all the time. That department I got transferred to. I didn't even know the job they had to teach me. But here's me. I love a shakeup. I don't fear, I always tell my kids, don't fear change, right? So for me, bro, if I come back to work and they put me in a different department, let's go. Let's do it. I don't care. So for me, I want Microsoft to acquire ABK. Let's see what the shakeup will be. Is it going to be better? Is it going to be worse? I don't mind seeing what the future will hold if they get ABK. I'm not the guy that's like, "Oh my God, but what if?" I mean, you're right. Maybe 10 years from now, Call of Duty is only on Xbox. Who knows? But I don't mind the shakeup. So that's my thought process.
Word.
Yeah, I agree.
So the CMA, they had a hearing with the CMA. They pretty much, CMA was kind of getting their butt kicked a little bit, but then they pushed back and said, "Oh, we're gonna delay this till after y'all have to back out," which is kind of unfair.
What about what you were saying, JD?
I was saying I don't want to shake up. I'm the same way. I agree with you, Cowboy. Like I don't care if they get ABK. I said it a bunch of times. Like Activision, Blizzard, and Microsoft, that they work together. They gel together as far as the game and the gamers that play on Xbox. So I don't mind the shake up. It's only people that really loves like the console war BS. Yep. That's always complaining about it. But as a diehard PlayStation fan, like I don't care. Like I want Xbox to what they can do.
Yeah, so CMA only spent 4 weeks out of his 32-week investigation on cloud gaming. Is that like laziness, or just cloud gaming ain't the thing?
I think cloud gaming is very linear for right now. It's pretty much playing video games on the cloud. I don't think it was rocket science, and they pretty much just need to know who the players are, who not the player base, but who's the cloud gaming companies, right? And once they figured, I mean, would it take you more than 4 weeks to figure that out and make your decision? The thing is, from everything they're saying, they just don't want cloud gaming to blow up and Microsoft automatically have a foothold. That's all.
Hey, hold on real quick. Hey, Obi, man, look, JD3 MXP on PlayStation, on Capcom ID, man, just add me, bro. Like it gets down to Street Fighter. Let's go.
I heard Street Fighter's crossplay across all platforms, so that's going to be very interesting. I might actually add you guys as well, because I've got mine on the Steam Deck, so. But I know Obi's got on PlayStations, but I'd love to play across all games that are actually willing to play Street Fighter.
Say you can get it too, Holtz. Look, just
I've already got
send me your stuff.
I've already got pre-ordered. I installed it on my PC before and my Steam Deck.
JD said, "Listen, anybody could get this work, bro. Stop playing."
Right, anybody can get it in Street Fighter, man. It's already downloaded. The pre-downloaded is there. Ultimate Edition. Y'all can get this work, man. JD3 MXP. Man.
Everyone's on the line. We're all getting it.
What it comes out on Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
So I got a question, man. The video is getting all hardcore into AI, and I'm like, damn, they even released a graphics card driver with AI fucking in it. And I'm like, man, what happens if my computer becomes sentient?
Oh, you know what? All I've heard, the last 2 days is I love all that NVIDIA technology, but all I've heard on the news the last 2-3 days is AI is going to take over the world. And I'm like, oh my God, what's with these news articles was constantly saying humans are going to kill ourselves. It's going to become sentient. And I'm like, oh my God.
All right, let me say something. Before we start talking about sentient stuff, before it start getting really, really popular, we've always said humans going to kill humans. We creating bombs. Forget the AI. We was always worrying about us. Now we worrying about the AI. I'm more worried about my man down the street might mug me from my car and shoot me than the AI taking over.
I was just sitting there thinking to myself,
got this
like,
big old huge like GPU machine, looks like a freaking AllSpark from Transformers for AI.
The AllSpark.
Yeah, the AllSpark.
I'm
And so Purple said this deal dies officially in July. So she have been saying she think it's gonna die. Oh, she said clip it.
Oh, she's probably gonna want to jump in later. I got something for her.
I mean, what I love about this AI in the graphics card and that is wait until we've got games until everything becomes computer generated. Every map you play in it, say a shooter, it's just the AI just renders everything perfect. Because here's a newly map, here's a newly whatever, and it just constantly uses the power of the GPU.
But you know what? That would be great, Holtz. Like, you know, when people say stuff is repetitive, think of a game like Starfield that's coming out. Imagine if there's infinite planets. I think Starfield has what, like 1,000 planets? Like, there's a set number. But imagine if there is no set number and AI is so good, you can have so many different planets with different life. And yeah, it might use some of the similar assets.
Imagine like people use like GTP and people use like all the AI to develop art. Imagine sitting there and putting criteria in a game. So we're all in a lobby and we type in criteria, and within 5 minutes, the AI's created this huge level. So we just put keywords like sci-fi shooter with water guns, for example.
So this happened. NVIDIA joined the $1 trillion club.
That's cool. I think it's cool. At the end of the day, businesses are meant to make a profit. You get in business to make a profit. Like there is no free businesses that's going to be sustainable. I say that, right? But actually, I don't even know. I mean, is there a business that makes no money at all? No, right? Like, so, well, hey, cool, good for them.
Yeah.
He said,
a lot of gamers have a hard time understanding that. Like,
yeah, they
do. Can't get everything for free.
This is fresh, hot off the presses today, cowboy. But yeah, go ahead.
Hold on, don't jump real quick. Let us pull that one slide up. Let us all get a little, mention the NVIDIA thing real quick. Holtz, your quick thoughts about NVIDIA reaching $1 billion?
$1 trillion. I mean, good for them. You know what I mean? A lot of people are sitting there saying NVIDIA, they're doing bad marketing things, and there's a lot of competition to rival them these days. But it clearly looks like they're doing something great in to get that much market share, and $1 trillion. It's a lot. Yeah. So good to them, and hopefully they keep on pushing technology, not just in the gaming space, but in everything they do forward. And I'm looking forward to see what all this AI stuff is all about, and how much they can put in these GPUs and all this fancy stuff.
I'm worried about my GPU and my computer, Holtz. I'm worried.
No, I love it. Have you seen like NVIDIA?
I feel like the AI is going to start crypto mining like everybody's GPUs.
Have you ever seen like when you see like an NVIDIA press conference and you go, and look, here's our new GPU, and you go, if you look closely, here's the lanes and here's all this, and you're like, wow, they're so small. It's made that, and you think to yourself, how did he do it? But that's what I love. I love to see how.
FCAT, you got the wrong slide up, but.
And who knows? The AI is the future market. So who knows? In a few years, it might be 2 trillion, 2 trillion, 3 trillion.
They might just
all the money. They're investing now for the future.
A lot of people think that there should be a pause to AI right now.
Yo, hey, hold on. Let me put a spotlight on it. See, you know what? Purple Haze ain't right. He said, FCAT, you know me too well. I need to wait until Cowboy's about to hop off.
Hey, hold on. I saved it for last. Don't worry.
Hold on real quick. I got to do this. Hey, Purple. You really? This how you going to do? You, Purple, I'm looking like this today. You going to do me after surgery? Really? Like, if I be like, you know what, you guys, I've been on here for a minute, man. I just want to lay down and rest. And Purple just gonna be like, oh, he said you're getting on 15 minutes? Whoop! Because you know you can never shut down when Purple's talking. So, and you know Purple could talk. Purple, you ain't right. You ain't right. That's all I'm gonna say. She ain't right. I'll clip that. Purple ain't right.
So this happened today. Fresh hot off the press. Sony is being investigated over concerns it's abusing a dominant position in the video game console market.
Only thing I can say about that is for years, it's been said that Sony would get exclusives and not so much like buy a studio, but they will get exclusives, like a year exclusive ahead of Xbox or whoever. So, I mean, that could definitely help. So let's just say if you go 10 years back, and let's say Call of Duty every year gets, special guns on PlayStation first. I mean, even Destiny used to do it, right? That could make some people eventually say, bro, next game, I'm getting it on PlayStation. Maybe they already own a PlayStation and an Xbox, but that might make them say, man, I'll get it on PlayStation because they be having those dope exclusives. So that's when I think of this, that's what comes to mind. That's my point. What about you, Holtz?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, they've done stuff before, but every platform's done it before, so it's not just Sony. But I feel like people are investigating because Sony is actually, a lot of people think that it's a premium brand and they've been so successful in what they've done, or maybe they've got away with investigations when they bought studios in the past or content, stuff like that. So they're going to get away with it. Yeah, I don't think they've done anything wrong because, like I just said, everyone's done it. But it's just a grab headline, isn't it? They're getting investigated like they've done something seedy. I don't think they have.
Yeah.
I mean, they are blocking games from coming on Game Pass and coming to Xbox and things like that.
Yeah, but I think they're just doing that, aren't they? Just because they don't want to lose their market share or their premium brands.
I mean, I know
that.
Nintendo did the same thing.
There's nothing wrong with saying no, don't do it. But I don't think they're doing anything lawfully wrong or abused anyone. I don't think they're not strangling anyone. They're just saying, oh no, please. If it went through, I think they put their hands up and go, okay, we'll just go in a different direction. I don't think they're actually.
Doug, Nintendo paid Toys R Us to only sell Nintendo.
So what's your
Toys R Us is only one
thought?
store, isn't it? I mean, but yeah, it starts somewhere, I guess.
Like back in the day, I'm talking about.
Well, JD, what's your thoughts?
It's just something that, like you guys said, man, just something to start a fire. Look, nobody's dominant, man. Like for real, like in the console market, man. Like, Xbox. We can go down this whole thing, man. Nintendo led, PlayStation led, Xbox led. Like it just goes back and forth. Nobody really has a stronghold on the console position, but just because Xbox is losing, or Phil Spencer said they're losing, doesn't mean they can't bounce back, or Nintendo and Sony is being, they got a stranglehold on the community. It's like, no, just get your stuff together, make the deals, and do better. You'll gain that market share.
That's a good point. Real quick, I don't want to let this escape me because I brought it up. Obi said, all jokes aside, I think Bon Jovi has a business in New Jersey that's totally free for the homeless to work. No money changes all hands. But Purple said, Obi Rose, what are the homeless people doing if not for the money? And she said, yeah, you just said you come. Oh, she's talking about me. I come with the same energy, but no kick. So she's just keeping the theme. That's messed up, though. I just want to say that. And he said, Purple, he feeds homeless. There, sorry, should have clarified that. LOL. And then also, I know, so like soup kitchens. So I think that's more volunteer than business. Oh no. And then Room said nonprofit. So I wanted to just pull that up because I brought it up. But so next thing, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is heading to PC on July 26th. Man, it's good stuff for PC players. And I think smart business for Sony.
Here's the thing. Okay. I thought this game required the magic SSD of PlayStation 5 to play it.
Well, you got to think, if you have a PC, which obviously you can have a PC that's more powerful, right? So that's a good question.
No,
like, are they gonna
PlayStation 5 SSD?
No,
is
you see,
magical.
FCAT, he was saying because no, I don't think has anyone of a console had an SSD in the past. It was all mechanical hard drives. So in the end, they're not saying Sony's SSD because I don't think Sony's got an SSD. It's proprietary to someone else. I feel like they're just saying now with a console have an SSD, you're going to get these level of
because
textures.
if you remember when they started talking about the PS5 tech and talking about going with the SSD, they was waiting for, and the reason why they chose that over the HDD was because it was starting to become more common practice for those parts to be available for consumers, and that's why we saw later the SSDs went on sale. What was it, a little bit after a year? PlayStation 5 went on the market, so it was just the availability for consumers to have the SSDs.
Yeah, and I think what Sony was trying to say was because the PlayStation 5 was so great tech, they're trying to say it's now compatible with the latest SSD technology, so like Gen 4 with blah 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 reads and writes and stuff like that.
So
they wasn't using the term like SSD in the past 10 years that probably PC gamers are used to. They're just trying to say in the console space they're going to utilize SSDs to get faster read and writes, to get better games. If you're a PC gamer, you probably
go ahead.
If you're a PC gamer, you've probably had a decent SSD for probably a while, I guess. Not probably the latest SSD, but you've had a decent one to actually run better textures and speeds and stuff like that.
Yeah, so this was actually shadow dropped.
I mean, to me, I love PC games. I love Sony PC games because I've got a big monitor with a 32.9 aspect ratio, and I know that just like Spider-Man, Sony
games. You got a Sony monitor?
No, I've got a Samsung. I've got a Samsung Odyssey G9, and what Sony's doing? Sony's supporting 32.9 aspect ratios and 48.9, so they're sort of future-proofing the ultra and the super wide or the multi-monitor. So now seeing Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, and stuff like that getting this support, I feel looks absolutely gorgeous on PC, bro, and it's a good move to say. It's a good move to say first on Sony, first on PlayStation, and then on PC. So it's been 2 years. I think it's a great move to see more games.
Yeah, I just say this? Let me read this real quick. Maker Chaos, we're going back a little bit. He said this article is about how PlayStation doesn't sell digital games on third-party storefronts. And he said, like Amazon, Walmart, etc., sell digital codes for Nintendo and Xbox. And Rune said, I used to buy PS4 games on CD keys, but not anymore. Sad. Sony is greedy. LOL. But I'll say this. Man, I have, and I got it the second day it came out, by the way, because I pre-ordered it. But the Sony N-Zone M9 monitor, and man, I was playing Spider-Man Remastered last night. Courtesy to Hope. Holtz, thank you so much. I got friends and family that live in New Jersey, and my man from the UK had to help me out, and they didn't. So I want to say thank you to Holtz one more time. But Holtz, I kept pausing it yesterday, and I called my son. I said, come in the room. He ran. I said, look, he was blown away. I said, so sometimes when people say, oh, I played this game and it didn't look that good, I said, I'm not sure what you're playing it on, but I'm playing on that Sony M9.
I mean, sadly,
N-Zone.
This is
whoa.
That's what we're all, as consumers, we've all got different opinions based on our hardware we're using. Where when I remember playing Cloud, people were like, oh, that looks terrible. I was like, there, why does it look terrible? My telly's got upscaling technology, it's native apps, and I'm like, what are you looking at? And you have to realize we've all got different hardware. So I heard you speaking to your son, and instantaneously he noticed when you switch from 120 down to something else, and it was like, wow, look at the difference. Hence where in a lot of factors you get what you paid for. That if you've got that criteria to hit 120, why will you not utilize it? You've got the HDMI cable, you've got the device to output it.
Yeah, what I did, Holtz, is I cheated the system. Not really, but so on that game, for instance, guys, you got regular fidelity, which was 30 frames, and you get all the ray tracing and everything, right? So I told my son, I said, this is what people go crazy for, ray tracing, blah, blah, blah. He said, oh, but I can see when you move, I see that it's like choppy looking. I said, yes, that's what only 30 frames is. I said, watch this. They got 60 frame mode. Now, what I did was I jumped on a building, and on the building, you could see Spider-Man reflection in the building, and you could see the building's reflection in the window. So I said, watch this. I went to 60, which is cool. It still had the reflections, but it wasn't like crystal clear, right? It wasn't like a mirror. Now it went down to, you see the reflection, but little dull. Spider-Man was dull in the reflection. So then they got 60 frames with RT, with ray tracing. It tells you it will cut down on some of the density of people walking around, which I never noticed. But that's what it said it would do, and it will cut down on some other stuff, which I didn't notice. But here's what I did. I put it in that mode, and on top of that, because my monitor, this goes back to what Hope said, if your monitor or your TV has 120 hertz, there's 120 hertz mode. Notice, I didn't say there was 120 frames mode. People get that mixed up. There's 120 hertz mode, and that will push it even more. So it could really capture those solid frames. And when I did that,
it goes up to 144, right? 144.
Sorry, yeah.
And that's what I was trying to say when I explain about games.
Actually, it goes to 240 now.
I love to have more fields of view, right? And I love to have my population dense. And I love to have a proper HDR. Now, a lot of people sit there and go, my display's got HDR. Yes, it might have a HDR, but is it a leading HDR standard?
Right.
Does it Kate? And that's what I'm trying to say is you can still enjoy a game without all these bells and whistles. But to me, when I explain it, what I'm playing, the way I customize the game, even we can say customize on PC or on PlayStation 5, you go, we're all selecting our preferences. So in the end, I just mentioned fields of view, you just mentioned density, someone can mention frames, someone can mention, and that is why it's good sometimes just to play on a balanced mode to get a bit of everything. But if you want to change it, it's good to have the option.
And just to put this out there, JD, so the game itself said 120 hertz mode. My monitor is 144 hertz, but the game specified 120 hertz. Whereas the monitor is 144.
But sometimes I go, well, I don't want reflections because I don't want to see reflections in mirrors. But sometimes it's like, wait there, don't you want to see how the sun and the rain reflects off Spider-Man's suit?
If you want to get blown away, there's obviously, if you guys played it, you go in a fun house in Spider-Man, and listen, I went in the fun house. And you put the ray trace stuff on, you see yourself in the mirror, you're like, whoa, and you could turn it off and just do regular 60. And guess what? The reflection, you no longer see yourself in the mirror or anything. So that's the difference. Now, if you're just running real fast, you don't really, it doesn't matter. But
one game you need to try is just download Ratchet and Clank and then see what ray tracing looks like. I think that's the best ray tracing PlayStation 5 game at the moment. And
I definitely want to check that out. I did tell myself,
Baker, be quiet, Baker.
So I haven't seen the trailer for this. Have y'all seen a trailer for this, or are y'all interested in this? The Silent Hill.
Yeah, I love Silent Hill. I love Silent Hill.
I beat part 1, and back in the day, you guys are probably like 10 years old.
I saw the movie,
but
I never went into the games.
Yeah, I gravitated to Resident Evil more. Silent Hill is really slow and methodical, and it wasn't the horror game for me. I always followed it. I went to the movies, seen the movies and stuff, but I'm not the biggest fan. So I
totally agree with that, Cowboy. I mean, in the '90s, in the late '90s, when I played Silent Hill, it was a set piece. It was the time to be suspenseful horror. But could I play it now? Just walking around in fog, going, "Hello, there's my daughter."
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'll get frustrated if there's no mini map, there's no direction. I'm just walking around in this weird town. I don't think that'll be for me. So they'd have to change a lot with the latest mechanics. I'm not saying make it too action packed. I'm just trying to say they need to bring in today's type of horror.
Yeah, Rose, come over to my house, bro. You live 7 minutes down the road. Come see it on my monitor. I'm not saying what you have, you don't have. But trust me, they made this monitor in mind for the PlayStation 5. And the 96 knitting zone. See, at the time when I was buying the monitor, it wasn't even out yet when I was looking for a monitor. And all the monitors that was out already, they all, a lot of them was cheaper, but this had the 96 knitting zones, which was going to give it those really dark blacks,
knitting
and that's
zone,
what made it a little bit above.
dimming zones.
Okay, well, I thought they called it knitting.
Knits is peak brightness.
Yeah, 96. Okay, well,
it wouldn't be 96 peak brightness. It'll be dimming. You got 96 dimming zones where that means like your screen will change like different.
I remember it saying that that was gonna make it look like when it's black. Sometimes you play something, especially on your phone. Yeah. If it's a black screen, like even with the cloud, it's a black screen, but it really looks kind of grayish. And when you move, it got that weird gray. Yeah. Well, this is just black, like real,
Well, it's lovely when you get them peak blacks. And when I must explain like Dolby Vision one day to someone, and I said it's like Batman running down a dark alley. You think to yourself, you can distinguish between the night, the shadows, and his black cowl. And you sit there and go, that's what you love when you start noticing these little things. Instead of just seeing everything is not true black or gray. And so,
yeah, man, I remember I wanted to get the monitor. People say, yo, it's too much. A monitor for $900, only 28 inches. I said, listen, bro, I'm confused. I don't know what to get. It's Sony. I'm watching a video. They showed a PlayStation in a commercial. So that's for me. And I bought the warranty. So it was like $100 or $1,200, but I don't regret it. Now, I remember when I first got it, I did in my review said it didn't blow me away because I thought it was going to look like out of this world. But over time, I realized it's still the best I've ever seen a video game look on this monitor. So why it didn't feel like the characters would walk out the screen, which Host tried to say that. He's like, yeah, it's not going to be like crazy, but it's definitely like I'd never seen games look this good. So for me, it's worth it, but it is expensive.
All right, we ready to move on?
All right, let's move on.
If Purple Haze is still in the house, she might want to jump onto this because we're about to talk about her favorite person.
Oh, damn.
A lot of stuff came up about Bobby Kotick.
Oh, the only person I hear mention his name is Purple.
She might need to come on here and explain all this gibberish.
So it says Bobby Kotick breaks his silence. Oh, damn. Never mind. I just shut up. Guys, coming in red hot. That person that's going to add 2 more hours to this show. Purple Haze is in the building. Purple. First of all, Purple, I don't appreciate the abuse that you give to me. And I just want to say that live, but I love you. But go ahead.
Nah. No, I was just going to say I posted this on Twitter earlier today. This one, that's all. So I was going to say. So we're right there.
Thinking.
No, I thought that this piece kind of proves what I've been saying. Like, did you read it? FCAT?
Of course you didn't read it. Stop playing, Purple.
Okay, yeah. So, like, if you read it, and, like, I continue to say, like, why do this piece? Like, he talks about 2 hours regarding him being a CEO, him being pro-union, or I guess he says not anti-union. He talks about all this other stuff. And then he spends the last part of the interview talking about the Activision Blizzard deal. I continue to think he's just paving the way for him to remain a CEO. That's all I was going to say.
Interesting. Let's see what else we got.
Real quick, I do want to say this just to clear the air. I did want to get OLED. I was going to get the LG C1, but my issue was, and at the time there was only one OLED monitor that's out at the time, but which was a lot of money. But the reason why I didn't get the C1 because it's a TV, and that means my wife and I would have to share, and that means that wasn't going to happen. So I went to a monitor. I think Host was probably the one that said, "Why don't you get a monitor?" Because I was
I didn't. I told you to get the C1 48-inch, and you said no. You didn't want the bells and whistles with all the smart tech, because you didn't want to treat it as a TV. And I was like,
there you go.
And advised something else, and then you didn't listen to that, and then you made your own decision. So someone else.
Because I would have with a TV, I would have had to share with my wife, and plus my setup, I needed something smaller. Like the C1 was 48 inches. That was too big for my setup. But yeah, definitely no OLEDs is amazing for the blacks.
Even going to dimming zones, like Night 6 dimming zones, I recommended something that had more, but in the end, it was in a range of more and better.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I think you trusted the Sony brand because you've had past TVs and then the console that you was with, and you matched it together in that way.
Yeah, I just love that they had the PlayStation on. Like they said, they made it in mind. So for me, I was like, you know what? I feel like this is going to be really good for it. And it's the fact that I had zero knowledge, it just made it an easier decision, even though some people felt, man, that's a lot for a 28-inch monitor. But
So this one
anyway.
basically says that Activision's in this straight if the deal gets blocked or fall through or whatever. Like ain't nothing changed.
I think Purple's been saying that.
I mean, it's actually going to be 15.6 if the deal falls through because he gets $3 billion for the breakup of the breakup fee. But yeah, it's,
wow. So with the CMA dragging this out to the point to where they have to close out or back out, like is that fair? Or...
It's not even the CMA though, right? Yeah. Right? Yep. Who was the initial person to sue to block the deal?
Yeah, the FTC.
Exactly. So the FTC gave the CMA cover, and the FTC, it doesn't really have to do with gamers. I've told people this. It has everything to do with Microsoft. Like, if it was up to the regulators, they would put they've said this, they would put a cap at how big they think a merger or an acquisition should be. And so they're going to drag this out as long as they have to because they have more to lose than Microsoft has to gain. And at the end of the day, the deal just no longer makes sense. It just no longer makes sense. Period.
So, Purple, you feel if you had to put a 1 to 10, how high are you on this? What, like an 8 that it falls through in July?
Yeah, I think an 8's about right. Like I would say 9, but I think an 8 is about fairly. I mean, the fact that he's doing that Variety interview to me signals like you don't put your execs don't do that unless they're trying to get ahead of something. And that just to me is like, why would he go do that? Like if he was really like, okay, because he has to renegotiate. They mentioned this in the article. They have to renegotiate the deal come July. And so why would he, if he's just someone who's like, look, let me stay under the radar, I need the company to get sold, why would he come out and talk about basically, the article talks about how the media portrays Activision as the media is the one who portrays Activision as this like sexual harassment place.
Yeah.
It's these unions that come out and say all this. Like he is taking a very strong CEO stance. Why do that if you're trying to sell the company? Other than, you're trying to get ahead of your detractors.
Wow.
And
you know what's crazy? It's such a big deal for gamers over the last year plus, but it's really not. Well, let me not say that because some people do feel if they do get the deal that in 10 years the whole thing might go crazy, blah blah blah. So I can't tell people they shouldn't have concerns because long-term goals are important. But all I can say is that your investment in gaming is just your own happiness. And so, yes, you may say, well, maybe it might make gaming more expensive. But either way, we just seen $70 games, and that had nothing to do with this deal. So you're still going to want to – it's your hobby. You have to say, where do I get off the train? And I no longer want that to be my hobby. I don't think Microsoft gets this ABK deal is going to stop your hobby. That's my thing.
Yeah,
hey,
I don't
Eric,
think –
hey, hold on real quick, guys. I want to bring my son in here. Hey, Eric, if you thought for a second the cowboy wasn't going to be sitting here still streaming, man. Hey, Eric, come on, man. Come on.
You know what? I expected to come in here. Well, not come in here. I expected to go in the room. See you kind of laid up. Maybe you was taking a little nap. Maybe the medicine got you a little down. And literally, as I'm walking over to the room, I was like, "Is that what I think I hear?" And sure enough, this guy
with one arm. Guess what? Yo, I can't feel it all. Yo, I put my hand down and touched my hand. I was like, oh my God, what's that? It felt like a dead hand, but just warm. Yeah. So I'm glad I watched that guy video this weekend that said, one thing to watch out for is you won't feel your hand. I was like, what? They never told me that. So I was like, oh, so I'm glad I watched because they still never said it. They never said that. So I only knew, like I have no feeling.
What he did what the doctors in there. The doctors in there. When me and Sandy were there, they explained, you wouldn't be able to feel your hand. And that if you start to feel tingling in your hand, that means sensation is coming back.
Okay, well, I guess he did say that at the very, well, I was a little.
Yeah, he was, that's all I'm here.
I'm like, hold up. Oh, yeah, I guess he did. All right, so I'm lying on them. But hold on, what did he say about the tingle?
So if you start to feel tingle in your fingertips, that means feeling's starting to come back. So you want to make sure you take your prescribed medication so that you can start controlling what's about to happen.
Oh, because that pain about to hit me.
Right.
Well, Eric had a crazy surgery. He broke. He got a plate in his elbow, and he broke.
I can't straighten my arm out. This is what a straight arm looks like, and then this is what this thing looks like. I can't extend past this, but so I know what it's like to wake up and not feel the hand. It's crazy seeing your hand now. That's a lot of swelling.
Yeah,
and it's crazy because you're not really, I guess, supposed to be moving your hand right now. But I know when you finally can. They said just going like this will definitely help swelling go down because you're going to get the blood.
Oh, yeah, I know physical therapy. They said they're going to have me doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
That's what's up, man. You ain't here doing your thing.
Yeah, once I wasn't dizzy anymore, I was like, oh, I'm streaming. Now, I would have did it at 5:30, but Rose was streaming because we did our wrestling yesterday, and I didn't want to cut into his thing. But I was like, oh, yeah, I'm streaming. Yeah. Now, when this wear off, I don't know my pain level.
Right, it'll be different. But that'll get into how high your pain tolerance and stuff like that.
Right.
You might, you kind of might be like me, where it's like, you might have worse days, which is expected in the early stage.
Yeah.
But maybe after the first 2 days, you might be all right. You know what I mean? You might. You might just be able to take a ibuprofen because I know they probably want you to keep your blood.
Well, they gave me Percocets at first.
Well, no, I know that. I'm saying once you don't have to take those anymore.
Oh, gotcha.
That's for when the pain is just so overwhelming. You're like, all right, you know what?
Right. Gotcha.
Or even if before, because the doctor said before it even gets overwhelming, he's like, you still want to get on it. Be like, get it now. They don't want it to swell. If you can keep the swelling down, then you can keep it'll heal as fast as it possibly can. So
Cowboy, you rest. I actually want McNasty to be the GM for We Wrestling Wednesdays. I want him to be in that.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use my hand in a week, but I'll tell you this: ain't no way he was gonna beat me to get the belt back that I beat him and got last night anyway. So
you're stripped.
That's how I roll. But
I advocate for no bullying, so I guess I won't be picking on somebody who can't defend himself.
I'm just saying, But man, thanks for coming in here.
I wanted to check up on.
And the cool thing is, I technically tomorrow's what, Thursday? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I do stream on Thursday. So
now you know you can do it.
Well, guys, I'm planning to stream tomorrow. I'm gonna be here.
Just gotta
but the cool thing is, the weekend I don't stream anyway. So if the pain start hitting me after tomorrow's stream, I'm at least like, you know what? I'll be cool, and then I should be good for Monday.
But you wish you played like Craig, or you just had to throw it down.
Yeah. All right, thanks for coming in, man. Guys, give it up for my son, Super Mick Nasty. I don't see him that much on here, but there he is. He wrestles every weekend. Wow. He wrestles every Wednesdays on We Wrestle Wednesdays with me, Holtz, Murder, aka Ellis, Loco, and a bunch of other guys. Little Holtz L. Good stuff. All right, sorry about that, guys. I like to pull my family every now and then on screen. So here we go. But FCat, where we at, man? That's all you had? Purple, you done talking about it, Purple? Come on, Purple.
What? Where's FCat? I thought FCat had more.
What he said? Did he leave? Oh man, here, let me pull this off. My man's fire. Whoops, wrong thing. All right. Anyways, let me ask you guys this. And I see Dark 1985 in the building. So, bro, go to sleep. I think he's in what is he in California visiting ISO?
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's that video.
That is cool. I watched the video today. And he took his sons with him. That's cool. Question, Purple. I'm gonna go around the room. I'll start with you. Did you ever get a injury or had to get a surgery where you had to be put to sleep?
Yeah. Yeah, I was out. I was out last year actually.
Mhm.
I had a surgery on my back in November of 2021, and that's when I actually started like really watching a lot of the streamers, and that's when
Okay.
like I was active in chat, and then I had a complication, and I had to go back in
Oh,
last
don't tell me
April.
that.
Last April,
Don't tell me
I went
that.
back in, and I actually missed. That was my first Shades of Purple that I missed was because I
Okay.
had surgery. I actually stay overnight. I was there for 4 days. Pretty serious when
Wow. So
I'm back.
my son, his appendix ruptured, and you know, I'm gonna have to say this. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If he listened to me, he would have died. So I'm more like, bro, ain't nothing wrong with you. You better just go get some rest. Go lay down. But I had no clue. So when he went to his mom's house for the weekend, she was like, oh no, we gotta rush you to the doctors. When he got there, the doctor was like, he was like 1 day from dying. So luckily he got a mom. But he had complications. He got the surgery, got out, and if something was wrong. So we took him back. We had to rush him to New Brunswick. And they was like, yeah, his thing got messed up, so they had to redo whatever, blah blah blah. So yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, this is my first major surgery, and I think it's crazy. I can't feel my hand. Like it feels like like you know what it feels like if you go to a viewing and you feel some like you grab somebody's hand. It's sad that I gotta say that, but yeah, definitely when my grandma passed away, I held her hands. But it felt like somebody hand, like a dead hand, but it's just warm and not cold. Crazy.
Well, hopefully you get healthy back to roundhouse kicks
Listen,
soon.
forget that purple. One thing y'all never got to see me do, which you may in some videos, I'm trying to get back to walking on my hands. I used to do handstands and walk across the room. That's what the cowboy trying to get back to. I got these roundhouse kicks on lock, purple, but I need to start doing pull-ups. I need to look at my arms, they small. Like this is a travesty. My chest ain't big no more.
Ah, you're starting to look like Doc, cowboy.
For real, like I'm starting to look flabby like Doc. Like this ain't right. Nah. Hey, I ain't. What is he talking about? Damn, those cowboys popping pecs. I thought he said nipple piercings. I was like, hold up. But host, what about you, man? You ever got surgery?
I have never had a major surgery. That's using my daft twin. He's sort of the accident-prone twin. I've never actually had injury. The only thing I've actually done was when I was a child, about 8, 9. I was playing football with the boys and girls, and the ball went over someone's back garden. So me being daft, I'll get the ball, climbing over fence because I used to climb like a bloody monkey back in the day, and I scaled over the fence. And then what happened was there was metal shutters that was on the fence, and I ripped all my fingers from here to there, spliced them right open. So as a kid, I went like that, put my fingers in my mouth, thinking it was a scratch, and then when I pulled out, my friggin' fingers were shredded. So for about like 8 weeks, I had to get my dead skin cut off, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you can still see where I ripped it right open. And that's the only like I said, it was a surgery getting all dead skin cut out of it and stitched together, I guess. But that's.
And what about you, FCAT? You ever got surgery where you had to be knocked out?
I broke both my elbows, so I kind of know how you feel with the casting.
Damn, you broke both of your elbows. What the hell? Would you fell off a roof?
No, I tripped and caught myself on my hands, and it broke both my elbows.
At the same time?
Yep.
Damn. Obi said he cut the tip of his finger off with stitches. Hold up, and got stitches. And no, that doesn't count. Arun said he meant I'm gonna be popping Percocets. What about you, JD?
Yes, so I got a hernia repair surgery. I was just out for a walk one day, and I just started hurting, like in my hernia area. And then I went, and it's like, yo, you got to get that repaired, whatever. So I actually had to do it twice. The first time I did it, like that joint hurt for a couple of days. They put me on oxy, and so I was that went through, and then I had to go back and do it again because it started hurting again. Because I didn't want to do like too invasive the first time. And so that kind of like went away. So it didn't last as long. So I had to go back and do it again, probably like 2 years ago. So yeah, I had to go through it again. But yeah, it's up.
Okay. Room said he got surgery when he was like 6 years old. All right, so let me switch this real quick. I don't know if Doc is still here, but I want to do a hot topic. All right, a hot topic because Rune actually said this, and I think this is actually kind of cool. Not cool, but this is not Rune. Maker Chaos. All right, so Maker said it's crazy how Doc's still repping Xbox after that awesome PS showcase. So let me ask you guys this: do you think, as a content creator, do you think the whole like Xbox recently, man, it's just been looking crazy as far as, you know, console wars and all this stuff. Do you think if you were a diehard Xbox fan, the recent Xbox, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, let's just call it debacle or lack of games or whatever. Do you think all of the noise and the so much negative press, Phil Spencer saying they lost the war, they focusing more on the subscription, blah blah blah. If you were an Xbox either content creator or just a fan, right? You only got an Xbox, only an Xbox. Would that make you be interested in other devices to play video games? Whether it's the cloud, could be GeForce Now, could be PlayStation.
Yeah. Well, there's no Xbox. There's no Xbox. There's no such thing. The brand is dead. That brand is dead. So I would definitely choose another service or a company or provider.
Sadly,
to go to.
I can't speak for everyone else how they seen it optically, but what I'm actually seeing on the internet now is a lot of people are saying PlayStation Showcase, you actually done more for Xbox than Xbox did. So everyone's happy to see that these games are multi-platform and they're coming to Xbox. So I feel like just because certain people are saying stuff, a lot of gamers are actually on the internet, on the Twitter sphere and stuff like that, boasting that is stuff coming to Xbox. And I'm actually seeing handheld devices on YouTube, and all you can ever talk about is, I'm running Game Pass on the cloud on this handheld. So I feel like Microsoft is getting momentum, but it's in certain aspects of gaming, not the gaming a lot of people want to talk about, but it's still actually building traction.
So but to answer the question, if you were an Xbox,
no, because if I've already bought a console, I think people are going to stick around with Xbox and consume a lot what Xbox are going to offer third party. They're not going to jump ship now, halfway through a generation.
Well, let me ask you this. I will say the great point you made, and as I was thinking about it, because he did end it with the PlayStation Showcase, I will say this. That is true. The PlayStation Showcase didn't go the way people thought it was going to slam dunk, crush, blah, 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 put the final nail in the coffin. And it actually, here's the thing. When the news is out and rumors and the talk of console wars and the dumb stuff, right? But once you slipped on that banana peel, aka Sony, it automatically make the other side go, oh, let me stand up out my chair a little bit, even though they did nothing yet, right?
They have nothing to stand. They have nothing to stand up on.
Yeah, but
what are you?
For me, Cowboy, as a primary Xbox player.
Hold on. What are the Xbox people champion because of the showcase? Because Sony showed a bunch of games, they just didn't show PlayStation Studio games.
Right.
They showed a bunch of games.
Of course.
And Xbox, you know, the thing with Xbox, everybody's looking for the exclusive bangers because they got games. They got games on Game Pass. Everybody's championing that. So what did you really win from Sony?
No, I think what it is like I said, optics. I think what optics is, I think people seen the title Sony PlayStation Showcase and they think it was only on Sony. So then when Sony showed the games, they done all the marketing, they done all the fancy stuff. Xbox fans, well done. You've demonstrated 9 games are coming to our platform as well. And I felt people was like, right there, so this is not really a Sony. I think people's mindset was we wanted to see a showcase with exclusives and stuff that was only tied to PlayStation. That's what I'm seeing on.
Oh no, I get that. No, I get that. That's what the Sony fans wanted. They wanted to see the exclusives. But as an Xbox fan, what are you
For
standing up
me,
on? Because they still lack anything substantial. They still have a bad history of consistency. So this Xbox showcase,
That's a good point.
it better be
yeah,
some delivery on the showcase. Sony gets a little bit of a pass. I'm gonna be honest; they get a little bit of a pass because they have been consistent. They've been putting out AAA games or exclusive games, at least 2 games a year since PS5 launch. Xbox hasn't been as consistent, so that's why they kind of get a pass on the showcase a little bit. But at the same time, this showcase for Xbox, they have to deliver something substantial for their showcase.
yeah. For me as a primary Xbox person, most of the games that are coming to Xbox, that's cool and all. I would like to get my hands on a PS5 to play fair games or play Concord, but I need to see more shooters than that. I saw more shooters from that showcase than Xbox shown in a while, and for Xbox, in my opinion, to win in this showcase, they're gonna have to show Indiana Jones. They're gonna have to show the next Wolfenstein. They're gonna have to show the next Doom.
To me, I want Microsoft to come out and say, and I want them to say, with buying from Microsoft, you've got these titles in our Play Anywhere franchise and Play Anywhere library, which means you can play on the Microsoft Store. The game can be tied into Steam. The game can be available on GeForce Now. The game can be played on Game Pass. Family devices, which is Series X, S, and X. Did you hear about the G Cloud? Have you got the Steam Deck? All the games are accessible on all these platforms, and it's coming through Xbox and our partners. That's what I would like to hear.
Let me hear from Purple. So Purple, and you do own a bunch of Xboxes. You don't have a PlayStation. Does all the news of Xbox pretty much just bad news? They haven't had anything good in a while. Because what was supposed to help was Redfall, and Redfall did more damage as far as PR. Hi-Fi Rush, I guess, was their last great thing they did, and right before Hi-Fi Rush was High on Life. What's your thoughts, though, Purple? Does this make you say, you know what? If PlayStation had a good-looking PlayStation, I would have got one. Like, what's your or well, you already own a Switch, but what's your thoughts, Purple?
Yeah, so I think. Yeah, so for one, like there are first party games on PlayStation I want to play. And so I'm looking forward to that. I think for me personally, like I don't look at showcases. Like I think it's too much hype. Like I like gameplay too many, like more times than not, we're disappointed with the games at a showcase. Like that's just historically so I don't really put a lot of stock into that. What I will say has hurt at least my relationship with Game Pass, I'll say. Like so I stopped subscribing to Game Pass this month. And the reason why is because of Tears of the Kingdom. I played more Tears of the Kingdom like right now than the last 6-7 months of Game Pass. And I realized like, why am I playing? There just was nothing on there. And so I think to me that it wasn't necessarily a Sony showcase. It was just like, oh, this is what a very engaging game is. And there's no reason for me to play to pay for Game Pass for that.
Yeah. I canceled my Game Pass and I even downgraded my PlayStation Plus Premium also. I think my thing is, again, you guys know where I'm going with this, but Purple, the point is I think she's making is on subscription services, you get random games. And so you don't know what game's going to be good, what month, but then you paid for that month. Well, sometimes they give you a heads up, but my thing is, I'm used to since 2008 having this where I point and say, I want that game. For instance, somebody said, what game are you going to get next because you had surgery? I said, well, I'm probably not going to be able to move my arm. So guess what I got? I picked Gollum. Gollum wasn't considered to be the greatest game, and I'm just going to have my wife stream it, right? So I get to pick and choose. But when you get a subscription service like PlayStation Plus or Game Pass, yeah, you could have a really cool game you're primarily playing like Tears of the Kingdom, but you still pay $15 that month and you playing these games you don't like, and it's kind of not cool. Now you could cancel, but then they already got your money for that month, and you canceling, and you're not playing the games that month. So I do totally understand what you're saying.
Well, you take a cheaper option and you go annual, and you start saving. But like I said, it's a risk depending on the month.
Well, and now I will say this: we were having this debate on the Discord that day about annual. I did annual for PlayStation Plus Premium 1 year, and I could be honest, I definitely didn't play. I probably played maybe. Well, I won't say I played more games on Game Pass that year, but I played more games on Game Pass that I wanted to play because I was like, oh, Atomic Heart, oh, Hi-Fi Rush, oh, High on Life. So I said, let me try those games. So I paid for that month. But Sony, I just paid, and I played a bunch of games, but it was like, well, I got it, and I might as well download this that I don't care about. So that could backfire on you because yes, you're saving money for paying for the whole year, but at the same time, you might not even use it at all.
Play those Stadia games that's on PlayStation Plus.
You said, do I?
You ain't playing those Stadia games that's on PlayStation Plus?
Oh man, yeah, they got a lot of Stadia games on there. They do. They do. I'm like, yo, did they put all the Stadia games to PlayStation Plus?
So I that's why I gave it 6 months. Like, cause right, and I think when I went back and looked at how much, because I play on Game Pass or on Xbox a lot. So notice I didn't say anything about Xbox. I said about Game Pass because I still play on it. I said like how many. What I looked at is how many games did I play on, like how much did I use Game Pass, and I found out that was like the most inefficient way for me to spend money on games. Like it was like 2 games, and I just was like, it's not worth it for me, and I'm not playing multiplayer games on there, so it just wasn't. It wasn't.
I know for a fact right now Game Pass ain't worth the crap. Because whatever they put up recently.
It might not be. Well, hold on. It might not be worth the crap to you, but look at people like Doc Dark. Doc Dark had missed out a lot on gaming, and for him, he's loving it because he's playing. And here's the thing too, I'm more of a bougie gamer. You show me a AAA trailer, I'm looking like crazy, salivating. Doc is like, bro, I'll play just about anything. And so I won't say Game Pass is terrible for anybody. There's some people
Doc's gonna play those Stadia games that they're putting out.
So I have a question I would be curious about Doc because he's been playing Breath of the Wild, right? And loving it. And his son has told him how much better Tears of the Kingdom is for Breath of the Wild. And so I wonder if Doc actually does go finish Breath of the Wild. It's going to take him a few more weeks because he's kind of a slow gamer, and then jumps into Tears of the Kingdom. How much will he actually see the value in Game Pass? Right, because that's the question I have for him, seeing how that's a game he wants to play versus other games, and that he said this on his most recent video, or one of his most recent videos.
Hey, wait, hold on, Purple. Let's do it official. Hold up. I did this before, and Doc made a response video. Purple, why don't you ask Doc officially, right? Hold up.
I don't want to ask that because Doc's videos have the weirdest logic to follow, right? So I do not.
I was saying you could ask the question, to Doc, and then he could respond to it. He'll make a video eventually. So
here's the question. So I will ask Doc this question, but his logic is so weird to follow. But this is to Doc Dark 1985. So you've been playing Tears of the Kingdom, or Breath of the Wild. You haven't got to Tears of the Kingdom. You've been spending, from your own words, had a super enjoyable time in the game. How much are you actually paying Game Pass this month while you're playing Breath of the Wild? And if you are partly playing Game Pass this month, then why pay for Game Pass this month? Right? Like, why not just stop it when you're not using it? And so I wonder, that's a question to you. I don't know, Doc. And again, your logic is shady. Your chess skills is even worse. So that's what the question I have.
Hey, and Purple, don't forget, he was just also playing God of War Ragnarok, which is on PlayStation. And he was playing the heck out of that. So how much...
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, to his benefit, he'll say he likes playing with Atreus more than he likes playing God of War. Like, he'll say that. But his Breath of the Wild gameplay, he has said that is like unstoppable. You know, he loves it. He ruined the story of a game. This is just a side note. Doc, you know, he made a whole video about what's the game called? Horizon Zero Dawn. He ruined the game in his last video. He ruined the ending for me. And that game came out in 2017. He said I should have played it, but he's just now playing Breath of the Wild that also came back out in 2017. So, but either way, Tears of the Kingdom is more. It takes Breath of the Wild to the next level. And so if he does jump into that and he doesn't play Game Pass for 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, or he's not enjoying it as much as Tears of the Kingdom, then why pay for Game Pass? That's all I'm just saying. Like, it seems like the games he's playing on Game Pass, he was saying we're not giving him that same experience. The last game he played on Game Pass that was a great game was Plague Tale Requiem. So again, why are you spending so much of your time playing games that aren't so great that you are playing on other platforms? That's all.
And the only thing I want to say, before I pull you off, is I just mentioned God of War because you mentioned how much time is he playing Game Pass, but he was playing God of War a lot. So you can't be playing two things at one time. And he did put a lot of time in God of War. So I just think that's also taking time from his gameplay.
Thanks for clarifying that, Cowboy. But you already know he's going to come back with this crazy logic, like I said, and it's going to make sense to him. But again, he thinks he's a decent chess player. So again, like, we understand that sometimes it's not the best, but he's part of the community, so we love him.
We love him. All right,
I mean, I wonder if it's just a different mind space that he's in. Like these people that don't play like Breath of the Wild 6 years ago. I wonder if it's not. It could be biased, but maybe it's not. And he was just in a different mindset in the genre they wanted to play. Like Cowboy, for example, 2018, he got a chance to play Spider-Man. Didn't interest him. Fast forward, he had the itch, and then he dove right in. Loved it. And I wonder if it's just the evolution of as the type of gamer where you go, okay, this year I'm fatigued of this genre, or I don't want to play this yet.
But I don't think that wasn't Purple's point.
I'm just trying to say with Dr. saying that now he's got time to invest in the likes of a Switch. Maybe at the start he wasn't interested in it, and he's evolved as a gamer to sit there.
But I think her point is real quick. Her point, and I just want to clarify this. Her point, I get that. Her point is, at the end of the day, it's still, you can't play both. You can't play. I'll just say it this way: you can't play Xbox and Switch at the exact same time. So her point is, he's losing a lot of time playing the Xbox or Game Pass because he's playing something on another platform. So at that point, why are you even still paying? That was
you can still play multiple games. You can still play multiple games at multiple times. So in the end, like I said, I can play my Switch, play that for 2 hours, and then jump on a Game Pass and still play other games.
I mean, you can, but at some point, if you primarily playing one game, you paid for that game. That game's paid for, but then you play in a service that you pay every month. At some point, it's like with GameFly, like you guys get on me. Oh, if you don't get too many games a month, you kind of waste the money. That's what you guys say.
Okay, it's also, but you also sit there and say, for example, you focus on a Game Pass, but a person like Dr. can say, well, I'm still paying for Game Pass because I still want my games to be, I can play online, I can get games per month. I get discounts.
I tell you what. I wouldn't recommend anybody pay for Game Pass right now until they drop that 60 update for Redfall. Like, for real. If you want to speak with your wallet, that's how you speak with your wallet.
FCAS, somebody might not even care to play Redfall, so that your logic shouldn't be that. Like,
but I'm saying, like Game Pass is the reason they're getting away with it. So
I agree with.
But hold on. So like for me, right? So like when Stadia was out, like I was paying for Stadia, I was paying for PlayStation Plus, I was paying for Game Pass, I was paying for GFN, right? And so and a Nintendo Switch Online, right? That's like 5 different services I was paying for, and I was still buying my $70 PlayStation 5 games. I was even double dipping. If a game was on Stadia and it was on the PlayStation, I double dip. You guys can go check out my receipts. I double dip with Outriders. I double dip with a lot of those games, right? And so for me, what it was as someone who enjoys playing with different people across different platforms, being able to play games and cross play, that was the biggest factor for me as well. Like I can play these online games and cross play with people that are on different platforms. Maybe my friends is just on Xbox. Maybe my friends are just on GeForce Now, PC gamers, right? I can just cross play with those games that have cross play. But there will be times where I'm just locked into a game. Like I'm locked into one, like Spider-Man Miles Morales. Like I'm locked into that game. I'm going to play that game. I'm going to beat that game. I'm not a slow gamer, if that's what Dark is. If he beats games slow, but I'm going to beat the game. I'm going to knock it out, and then I'm going to go back and try out any other games that hits my agenda. I'm not. I will pay for. Like I'm a budget gamer, but I'm gonna pay for whatever I enjoy, and I will keep it as long as I feel like there's some value to it to those services.
And that I totally it's kind of like a false thing. I'm not accusing him of like my whole thing, and it's to Cowboy's point. It's like because Doc is all about gaming right now, right? He doesn't care about the business, but he'll talk about the business when it suits.
And Purple, throw this in there. He's also about saving money. He's the budget.
He's the best value for gaming. So that's my point.
It's a lie. That's a lie.
So
that's a lie. Any Game Pass subscriber, that's a lie. That's not.
But that's what his whole. So that's my thing is if you're and we saw like he played. I forget the game he played. It was like the top-down twin stick shooter. But if you look at the Ascent. So like since he's playing that, but to your point, Cowboy, what is he playing on Twitch? He's playing I can't think of it.
Ragnarok. He was playing Ragnarok.
Yeah, he's playing Ragnarok. Off of that, he's been saying he's playing Switch. He's been playing Breath of the Wild. He plays with his son, was it Overwatch? He plays one of them, one of the free-to-play shooters. And so that's my thing. Like, what games are you playing for these last several weeks? Why not? How's that the best value in gaming? Like you're paying for something you're not playing. That's all. That was the biggest thing. And that's what I'm saying with me. Like I love Outriders. Even though Maker thinks Gears 5 is better, I love Outriders. But I'm like not playing Outriders right now. So I stopped paying for Game Pass. That's literally the only reason I have Game Pass was for Outriders.
Wow.
Yeah, look, if you got Game Pass, shout out to you for the value. But there's just games right now that's on like Zelda and everything else, man. And I don't know, like it's not the best value. I mean, even Dark, I think he even mentioned that, when he was talking about the Zelda joint, like there's just so much games on Game Pass. And a lot of it's trash, and it's like you don't want to spend your time on it. You don't want to even download those games. Kind of like what you were saying, Cowboy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just going to play a game just because it's available, just because I have access to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be something that I know that I'm going to play, or it interests me. And so, if Doc is saying on one hand, he's saying, yeah, Game Pass, they don't, a lot of those games I'm not really playing, and I'm playing Zelda, then then it has no value. Then why are you still paying for it?
And I can see if you're saying like, the game's about to leave that I want to play, but that's why I said like I can stop playing. I can come back to Game Pass, right? For Outriders. Right. And so I'm saying for if I'm paying whatever $15 or let's just say it's $15 for 12 months, that's $180. Well, for the 2 months I'm not playing it, I'm not going to pay for it. And says stop. How's that a good value? So that's all it is to Doc. He has not made the video where you said I stopped playing it or paying for it. So
because not to get on him, but that's my dude. I met him in outside of the virtual world, so I could mess with him. But I think it comes to a point where he's just listen. At the end of the day, he's a smart man. His content is great. he champions it because that's his platform. And I think at some point maybe it is just more of like, hey, this is my moniker. Like I can't. Like he said, hold the line. All these people jumping off of Xbox, but he's holding the line. So
For me,
maybe,
Cowboy and Purple, Game Pass is a month to month by thing, but I generally do go get the Ultimate just because I know I have that option for cloud and I can play on whatever device.
Yeah, that's same with me. I can sit there and say to my younger family members, go on the Xbox, and they'll just click on the cloud and they'll play the whole library. So it's to me, I pay for it for the features of Xbox plus the future games that I'm going to get like Forza Motorsport, but then also the library that will cater for other people, not just me.
A question for those who have an Xbox though, like because I haven't brought it in the past 2 generations. So your backwards compatibility, like I know when I had Game Pass, like it would come up. If you have a console, do you need Game Pass to play your backwards compatibility games, or no?
No.
I have.
You can just pop them in or buy them and play them.
No, I mean like if you already own like you know like you had Mass Effect 2, right? And it's on like it's on your backward, like you brought it already. Do I need Do I need to be subscribed to Game Pass?
No.
Sorry to look it up.
Yeah, but my answer to the cheapest version of a Game Pass is to own and buy your own plethora of games. That's a Game Pass to you, like games you like. You know what I'm saying? You're not sitting there stuck with games you don't like.
So that's my question. Like, that goes back to you what you're saying, Elcat. Like it goes back to what you're saying.
You know, and
it goes back to what you're saying, bro. Like why? Like okay, so if backwards compatibility isn't tied to your Game Pass, and then PlayStation has more games in their catalog than Xbox does, and Xbox is not really giving you day and date games right now. What is the value proposition? Because you're getting more games.
The only value is the day and date.
I mean, I think you're hitting on something that TK9 talks about quite a bit. Makers kind of said lately.
We also have to include that online multiplayer is included in Ultimate also. So that's.
I mean, to me,
wait. Let Purple finish your thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you're hitting on something that a lot of people are hitting on right currently. Game Pass currently, and I'm not saying Game Pass forever. I'm just saying Game Pass currently is probably not one of the better values. Not even in the subscription space, which is something that they could hold on to. But Maker says it correctly. He's like, people just sub to it like Netflix, and
I
don't know.
See,
for me,
it depends on the genres, because the games that I play are RPGs, so I can sit there and talk about Soul Hackers 2, the Yakuza franchises, Personas, Disgaeas, and each of these games are about 50 to 100 hours long, and there's no way in hell I can finish it just in a sitting or a month. So I constantly have this subscription, so I can constantly jump in no matter what device and go, okay, I'm going to slowly grind on this game, then I'm going to switch to that game, switch to that. So it depends on the genre, where the person could say, oh, I finished Redfall, that's all I needed. The subscription is crap. And then they're ignoring exactly what's in the subscription. But each to their own, I guess. Each to their own.
Yeah. So, for instance, with me, right, you guys see what I do. I get Game Pass every time they got a buzz game, and I fall for it. I said it a couple months ago after I beat Hi-Fi Rush. Said I'm not getting GameFly for a while. Game Pass. Sorry, I'm not getting Game Pass for a while. And then they showed Starfield was coming, and everybody was like, "Oh, before it came out, how bad it was." I said, "Okay, I'm gonna get it just so I could play it myself and actually see how it was." Nowhere did I really care about the Redfall, but I said I want to do it as an experiment, right? So I'm glad I did it, but guess what? Then I canceled because there's nothing else I wanted to play. So I think it's okay. That's why I like that Game Pass. You could just get it, cancel, because you get it for what you think you might like. Now, yes, you might get a game and not like it, and then guess what? They already got your money. But then you just don't subscribe again. But to Holt's point, there might be a bunch of games and the Purple point might be a bunch of games you do like, and you'll keep it to keep playing that game.
My main focus is that, for example, say an annual game like Forza Motorsport Horizon, I'll pay for Game Pass for that year as long as I can get a big game like that and get all the DLC content. So it would be about $120, for example. So I can justify a year just by having that one annual game that keeps on coming in and out, for example. Or I can wait a few months and get the sports titles. I can get racing games, the annual ones. That justifies me.
But my only thing with your justification, Holtz, is a deal. I always said it. Hold on real quick, FCAT. Here's my only thing else because I want to make a point to Holtz. The only thing I will say about that, your justification, is I've always said this. A deal is only a deal if you use it. If Purple said, yo, drive to New York, I'm going to let you have my Porsche. Not that she have one, but she probably does. If she said, drive to New York, I'll let you have my Porsche for $500. If I drive to New York, get her Porsche, bring it back, and I never drive it, I wasted $500. So you could say you get it for these games, but to Purple's point, if you're not playing these games, then it's really not, you're not really justifying it. And
Okay. So in that point, in a flip on its head, and I say, for example, I'm investing 200 hours in Forza, I'm putting 50 hours in this RPG, and that, then the dollar to game hourly play can justify that why I need it, for example.
Yes. Yep.
For me, I agree with Maker because I find more value in Game Pass. I'd rather buy Game Pass over PS Plus because PS Plus is just full of games that's already on Game Pass and PlayStation exclusives.
To my point, so this is for me. Everybody's a different gamer, and I'm not rapping on anybody that games differently. But for me, right, as a person who owns multiple platforms, I just buy the games like when there's always a sale, there's always a deal, right? And so I'll always just buy the game that I want. So in example, Persona 5 came out on PS4. I bought it on a PS4, right? And then it comes to Game Pass. Well, I'm not going to subscribe to Game Pass because I already played it. I'm not going to subscribe to Game Pass because a lot of the games that Xbox is getting, the Yakuzas, the stuff like that, like I'll already have it on the PlayStation side. So there's no reason for me to really go back and get those games just because it's day and date. So there's no incentive really for if you're a PlayStation gamer, you've been gaming with PlayStation, you normally brought the games when they came out. You normally brought the JRPGs and all these different types of stuff. And so you're really not going to go and double dip. Again, I do double dip for crossplay and multiplayer stuff most of the time, but single player games experience like Persona 5, like I'm not going to go double dip again.
I have, for example, and why the element that I have double dipped, for example, so I've bought Persona 5 like you on PlayStation 4. Now, the only way I can install it is through a PlayStation 5. I don't have a PlayStation 4 anymore. It'll run on the PlayStation 5. But then, because I'm a cloud gamer, I play Persona 5 Royal on my iPad, my handheld, and I grind on that. So I don't want to sit on my console anymore. So I feel like Game Pass offers me options, not just from the online features, and I can share it with family and the games. I can also get cloud. So in the end, now I feel like I can grind better on RPGs than ever, considering that I bought it once on PlayStation 4, like literally.
Well,
that's the thing. When you get PlayStation Premium, you're limited with the cloud to PC and your PlayStation console. You can't play it on other devices like with Xbox.
Oh no, you got remote play. I can remote.
I mean, remote play.
No, JD. Hey, hold up. Let me jump in here. As an advocate of remote play, because I'm telling you, I was playing Spider-Man for 4 hours straight. Sony done did something with their remote play. It's super flawless. I had like one little glitch. They're really ramping it up. I guess maybe because the handhelds come out. But you cannot play remote play and stream the cloud at the same time. They won't let you do that. So to FCAT's point, you can't play. As of right now, there is no way to play Sony's cloud on mobile. So that is a thing. And just to back up, I agree with Maker. Everything you said, JD, is actually the same for Sony. Sony games, they don't do as much day and date as Game Pass, So your excuse for not liking Game Pass because you played these games already, that's the identical thing for Sony PlayStation Plus. Because you're a PlayStation gamer, you would have played these games. That's why I downgraded. There's no, like, when I see these games on PlayStation Plus, I'm like, I played it, or I had zero interest, so I never played it because I didn't have interest. So to be fair,
Yeah, that's the thing that we liked about Stadia. We can play it on anything, and that's kind of like what xCloud is also.
That is true. Stadia had that on lock, man. You literally was just walking out the house and almost, I mean, I had a very good experience with Stadia. I can't say it for everybody, but when I knew I walked out the house, depending on where I was going, bro, I'm still playing my games. And y'all watch me play my games in the Poconos, which if you're not familiar with New Jersey or Pennsylvania, that's up in the mountains. I played at my mother-in-law's house, which is all the way in Allentown, PA, which is up in the mountains. I'd have played at a lake, like the beach. So that was one thing that I do miss, having that flawless. But this remote play, PlayStation remote play, is really getting good. And real quick, to shift a little gear, that PlayStation handheld, I think they said it's only 720p, right? I'm playing a remote play, which is 1080/60 on my phone, and my phone is 144 hertz. Now I'm looking at Spider-Man on my phone like, God damn, this look good. But just wanted to throw that out there. But
yeah,
I know I was a bunch of.
I'm on premium. I'm on premium for PlayStation Plus, but the game trials, that's one for me because, like, I just played Midnight Sun. They had they actually had the enhanced, the Ultimate Edition Midnight Suns on game trial, so you can play that for like 2 hours. So I like the fact that I can like try those games out, because it was actually fun. That's a game that a genre I wouldn't normally play, but I was able to try it out because of the game trial.
Yeah, apparently Game Pass is coming out with
one thing I actually like about subscriptions, right, is discounts. I love it when you go onto a store and you see if you got PlayStation Plus, you get 80% off. Only if you get a PlayStation Plus, or Xbox, you get cheaper, or if you're EA subscribe, you get 10% off.
Oh,
so I think that helps towards my having subscriptions, because I'm saving discounts extra on sales. So I feel like, say, Carbon gets 50%, because I'm a PlayStation Plus, I get an extra 25, and I feel like it justifies that year. But you have to be that type of gamer.
And if you got PlayStation Stars, you can double.
Oh, I love PlayStation Stars. Yes, I love it.
With the
just
discounts.
a correction, Mr. Urban said it's not 720p. They said 1080p, 60 frames. Good stuff then.
I love getting me $5 off PlayStation Stars. Everyone's like, what? You just spent so much money on the game. Like, I thought it doesn't matter. I've got $5. I love claiming it all back.
Yeah, I took $20 off PlayStation Stars. I took $20 off for Spoken.
Yeah, see.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me hear what Purple's gonna say.
I think it's just like I said, it's not necessarily an indictment on subscriptions for me. And I think, Holtz, for you, like, Game Pass has a lot of value, right? Like, there's a lot of value you still have. Even if you don't play the game, you have value because you have your niece and nephew who play. Like, there's value to it. And it's the same thing for me. Like, there's just no value in it if I'm not playing it. That's what it comes down to. That is 100%. And that's where I'm at right now, is after once Zelda, actually it started a little before Zelda came out, but once that happened, I was no longer playing Outriders, and I'm kind of kicking myself because I should have just bought Outriders, but it is what it is. But I think with the sales, like, you can always, when those sales come up, resubscribe to Game Pass. Like, I think that's the thing, is 12 months I'm not playing Game Pass. You know, it's like a pool. Like, you don't swim in a pool like 20 all year round, right? But I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, catch the sales.
Hey,
I agree with
Purple. I'm moving to Florida next year. Purple. Let's not say that just yet. Purple.
Yeah, what's it called? Are you really moving to Florida?
No, Purple. 7 years ago, my wife and I said, when my daughter turns 18, we're gonna move to Florida. This has literally been a 8-year plan, and we're down to, my daughter just turned 17. We've been every year. My kids already know May 2024, they all got to be out, because I'm gonna clear the house out, put it up on the market in June when my daughter graduates. So yeah, we've literally been planning this for 7 years. We got 1 year left. Like I would say it again. I've said this many times. I'm either gonna die or I'm gonna move to Florida. One of them's coming first next year. So I end up surviving this surgery. So I'm still on track to move. But yeah, that's coming.
I'm about to move to upstate New York. So I'm kind of.
Oh, are you? Where?
Kind of. What's that?
Where? So where? Were you going to Buffalo?
No. This, you know what they call upstate, north of the city. Like.
Oh, got you. Yeah. Anything out of the 5 boroughs is upstate.
Yeah, exactly. So that or Scars, something like that. I don't know. I don't like buying houses. I don't like that as an investment, but whatever.
Well, hey, Purple, don't go nowhere yet. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been a homeowner since 2009. It sucks, man. A lot of people buy houses because it was in my age, Purple. I am older than you, so stop it. But my age, you were told you need to get married, you need to go to college, you need to buy a house. If somebody would meet my mom when I was a young teenager or a young adult, if I was with my mom, they'd be like, "Oh, your son, is he married? Did he buy a house? And did he go to college?" Right? That was the checklist. So we were taught or brainwashed that this is what you should do. Now, I'm not coming against buying houses, but I got my 3 reasons why I will only buy a house after being a homeowner. So for me personally, man, my water heater broke in the dead of winter. That was $16.89. Hey, guess what, bro? You're coming up out your pocket. When people say you move to Florida, rent your house. If I don't want to be a homeowner, why do I want to be a landlord? So personally, when we move, we're going to rent at first. Personally, I'm going to go as far as I can before I buy, because I'm young at heart. I'm telling you, if I move to Florida, we meet like somebody's like, "Oh, we got a ranch in Arizona and we're looking for people." I'll jump up and move, right? That's just my personality. I'm not being held back by a family. So I'm with you, me personally, I think buying a house is great if you want to live forever. This is going to be your forever home. If you want an investment, you want to buy it, build it up, and make more than you bought it for. Or third and last final thing, if you want to leave it to family. But if you're not getting a house for those 3 reasons, I don't personally think I want to buy a house.
No,
but
I resent it. What did you say? 47? I still don't think you're that old. Yeah, you're not. Like I said,
I don't. Hey, Purple, I'm not saying I'm that old, but if I always hear you be like, "Yeah," I'm like thinking like, I know I'm older than Purple. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know about that. But no, I think I was going to make a channel just on financial advice before, and to me, but if anybody is a real estate investor, like I get it. To me, I am just not, and it's just. And now I'm having a situation where I have to potentially move my mom up here. And so we may have this multi-generational home, and I think that's cool because she's getting older and I want to spend time with her. But I'm still just like, man, I am not the whole
There's different types of way to be a real estate investor. Like you don't have to be involved with the whole process.
I do ETFs. JD, I do ETFs in a second. But to buy it, I gotta go buy a house. Like that's what my mom I can't go. Right. I can't go buy an apartment, condo, another one. I can't. She wants a house. And so that's where I'm like, I'm not even looking at it as an investment. It's just, it is what it is.
Well, Cowboy, you keep on saying Florida. Florida sounds like a big place. Which part of Florida are you planning to move?
So Jacksonville. I used to live in Jacksonville in 99 and 2000. I just love the way the city's designed. I used to get lost going to work, coming home because I was new. I moved from Jersey to Florida because I went to school for electrical wiring in Jersey, and they had an apartment and job waiting for me, advanced training. So real quick, let me just add this. So I end up finding out the city's design is really cool. As long as you find Beach Boulevard and Atlantic Boulevard, they run parallel to each other, far apart from each other. Take you from the beginning of Jacksonville to the beaches. Now, Jacksonville is the largest city in the United States land-wise. It's just massive. It got 3 beaches, a beach, a zoo, airport. I just love the city, the way it's designed, downtown area. It has everything you could think of. So my wife wanted to move to Fort Myers because her best friend moved there like 8 years ago. And she always said, if you guys want to move in with us, then find houses and blah, blah, blah. So it's still an option, but I personally like Jacksonville. And for the biggest reason is the last time it was hit by a significant hurricane, which the only damage it did was destroy 30% of their pier, which is out in the ocean, was 1964. Where it's at, it just doesn't get hit. It's not a hurricane spot. So me personally, I'd rather not move to Florida and coming back to Jersey because it's a hurricane, like her friend did. A couple of years ago, they had a big hurricane. Guess what? Her friend was coming back to Jersey to get away from the hurricane. So that's why I love Jacksonville. That's where we're planning on moving.
I was asking.
Y'all down in the swamps.
I was asking.
No, Jacksonville ain't the swamps. Hey, bro, listen, it's funny when people say Jacksonville's ghetto. Yo, did you not hear me say it's the largest city in the United States land-wise? It's so many parts of Jacksonville. You got the ritzy upscale. You got the downtown. Look like you gonna get mugged. It's massive.
So I was only asking because I was looking the other day at the World Cup when it's in World Cup 2026. And I was like, oh, I'll be cowboy in a few years in when the World Cup's on, and it's been announced to be in Miami. And I was like, oh, Florida's in Miami.
Oh,
Miami's in Florida, and I was like, I wonder how far it is.
If you come to Florida, and I'm living in Florida, because remember, I'm moving next year or I'm dying, I will come anywhere you are. Like when Rock was down there 2 weeks ago, if I was living in Florida, I would have drove to the Keys. Like,
because in the end, isn't that Orlando, Florida? So you got Orlando, Miami, Jacksonville. So I'm learning more about.
Yeah,
Florida.
Jacksonville is all the way up north. Jacksonville is the first city you get to when you're on 95 or Route 1. It's the first city. But the Keys is the last city all the way down there. But anywhere you come, Holtz, I'm driving to come meet you. So you come to Florida, you let me know ahead of time, and we will meet.
And cowboy, you gotta give me the cowboy hat because I'm actually moving to Dallas, Texas. So I need to get that about you.
You're gonna be like, yo, cowboy's a fake cowboy. I'm a real cowboy.
I'm the real cowboy. I'm out here in Dallas. Come on now.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to ship it to you. Like, all right, man. You know what? I gotta get this hat to JD.
Yeah.
When you plan on moving?
Hopefully be down there by August. Got my stuff out there already. Yeah, this year, man.
Oh, that's dope. Shout out to Vet. I think either this week or next week, but he either moved or is moving to Virginia.
Yeah, he moved already. I think he moved like last week or this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout
He's out of Virginia. I will never go back to Virginia, man. Virginia sucks, bro.
Well, I'll say this. Hey, bro, he was going from Minnesota to Virginia. I think that's a move. I will move. I will make it. I'm just saying. That's a big difference. And I think I would definitely be cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, man. My wife is in Virginia right now, and then all of our friends are asking like, why ain't you come up to Virginia to visit us? When you coming back? I'm like, man, I'm not coming back.
Good stuff. Let me bring it back to gaming. Unless anybody else got a move story. Hey, we always gotta give a shout out to FCAT. FCAT's the only other person I know. My man, not only
the only thing I got.
You live in Louisiana.
Yeah. The only thing I got is next week is Summer Game Fest.
Well, hold up. Before we go to Summer Games, let me just bring this up real quick. Mr. Irwin said the PS5 handheld has an 8-inch screen, and since it has no expansive internal specifications, it should only be around a $199 or $250. So I'm buying it if it's $250 or less. Yes, I know I could do the same thing with my phone, which y'all heard me say that, which would be stupid for me. But to have like a dedicated thing that just sit there, that I won't even use it outside the house, right? Because it only works on Wi-Fi. But I'll buy it just for that, because the screen would be a little bit bigger than my screen. But my screen doesn't use the full screen, so it's 7.6 inches, but it's like a little bit of what do they call it when you used to watch movies and the top and bottom would be cut off a little bit? What's that? Letterbox, right?
Yeah, the aspect ratio.
Yeah, so I think they just call it letterbox. So that's how the phone looks when you do remote play.
16.9, you want it in?
Yeah, 16.8, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, so I would get it just because it's also on a dedicated PlayStation controller. And even on this, I was playing Spider-Man yesterday, right? And when you're doing these missions where you got to take pictures for these little cats, I was using my remote play with my controller. And when you scroll around, it helps you on the PlayStation controller because it vibrates when you're getting close. I was playing remote play. I'm like, oh, this doesn't have vibrate. And I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the little cat. And I've spent like 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, forget it. if I had that controller or that new remote play device, I'd have been able to find it. So that's another benefit. Man, an 8-inch screen is pretty big. I would get it, but I'm not paying no $300. I'll pay $250, and that's about it. But anyway, if you guys want to talk about summer games, then we could close out. Like, do you guys, man, see, summer games, it's going to be like our E3, right? To a point. You guys is there a game that each of you are like, I'm waiting for, and I need to see more gameplay? Is there a game for you, Holtz?
Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've seen that. I like it. I need more gameplay. I need a release date. That's what I know of. I mean, there's always games that I want to be shown that I don't know of, so I can pad me sort of next 12 months out. But if it was a game that I want to see more of ASAP, it's Stellar Blade.
Okay, what about you, FCAT?
It's a tie between Indiana Jones and Avatar.
Okay, that's a
good shout. Strangely, I forgot about Avatar. It's been so long that I've totally forgot.
Yeah.
But I would like to see the Devolver Digital showcase this year too.
Is there a specific game you want them to show, or
no? I just love their showcase. Like, they do crazy shit. Like, you should look it up.
Okay. What about you, Purple?
Little Nightmares 3.
Ooh, hey, Purple. You know what's funny? You've mentioned that game so many times, and we never talked about this. I'm sure I mentioned it. I'm a big fan of Little Nightmares. My wife and I, like, that's our game. When part 2 got stealth drop on Stadia Pro, I was crazy excited.
Well, they're saying you can play as Mono 6 and another character, like, so it'll have that. Like, I want to see, like, it was leaked in the Bandai Namco release a few weeks ago, and that's it. Other than maybe second Outriders or something, that's the one I want to see.
Okay, I won't ruin the game, but they could have made it co-op, but of course at some point it wasn't co-op in the story. But Purple, wouldn't you like to see, because a lot of times they make a game co-op and it kind of ruins that one player experience. Little Nightmare is the perfect game that could get away with a co-op and it would still have that experience, I think. Wouldn't you like to see
for part 2? For part 2?
No, well, I mean part 3. Part 3
I mean, potentially they might, I think, like, I just like the art style. I like the story that's going on. I'll probably be wearing some Little Nightmares swag tomorrow, but yeah, no, that's what you asked, which one I'm looking forward to, and that if we get any hint of that, I would consider it a successful showcase for me.
That's what we want to see, more swag. That's it.
But Purple, would you be a little like, well, how much would it mean to you? Because I know you played Darksiders Genesis without me, so we're not gonna get into that. But how would it add, like, if you're Holtz, I had to bring it up. If you were like a 9 for Little Nightmares 3, right? And then you found out it had co-op, would that push you to a 10, or is co-op not that big of a deal for you?
No, it's huge. I mean, I like co-op games. Like I like, right. That's why I like what I mentioned, Outriders. Like, I actually like playing co-op quite a bit, and so no, it would push it up. If they release something like that, I'll be excited. You mentioned Darksiders. If they were to drop something like that, that's also something. But either one, I'll be excited.
Wait, but hold up, Purple. I got a question for you. Would you want the next Darksiders? Because this might be controversial between you and me. Would you want the next Darksiders to follow Genesis or follow the trend of 1, 2, and 3? Because you played them all. So, what's your thoughts?
So that's interesting because each game is different, right?
I know, but I just mean the style. Like, the 1, 2, and 3 was
3D open world. You're saying versus, like, or a linear type of 3D versus top down.
Yes.
Now, obviously, I would want to see a 3D world. Like, to me, Genesis was because it was co-op, but and I thought the dialogue in Genesis was probably the second best dialogue out of the franchise. But not like I said, I get excited for that type of stuff. I get excited for those types of studios.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love your enthusiasm when you talk about Darksiders. I'm a long fan of Darksiders, and I only didn't beat Genesis because of somebody. I'm not going to say their name. It starts with a P. And so I'm a long fan, and I'm still going to play and beat it, right? I put off part 3 because I started to play it years ago on Game Pass, years and years ago when it first came out. And then they took it, and then for some reason I didn't finish it. It was off of Game Pass. It came to Stadia, and I said, okay, now's my chance to beat it. And at that point, I didn't want to pay for it because it was so old. So then I got to play and beat it. As you know, you actually gave me tips when I was playing it. So I love when I hear you talk about it, because it is like, when people say, well, what's a game like Zelda? Nothing's like Zelda. And you might not agree, but when I played part 1 of Darksiders, I was like, dude, they got a Zelda feel with these puzzles and these big, larger than life characters. I always felt like it reminded me of a Zelda-ish, like Nintendo 64 Zelda, GameCube Zelda.
The only way they're going to do it is if the Darksiders does get made again, is making it more open world, but sort of have only areas a certain horseman can only access due to abilities. So there's replayable. There's also replayable. But the point is are they willing to make that game to finish the story of the Force Horsemen? Because in the end, people just think 1, 2, 3 in Genesis, but it's all been shuffled in a different chronological order.
True.
Where we get different stories, and the story hasn't been finished. Yeah, but the only way they can make it work is by bringing the 4 horsemen together. And it's just stupid just you select one character and have the same narrative and the same mechanics. So you have to change it up and make the world bigger. So each horseman has different slices of the world and abilities that you can swap instantaneously to shift around the world. But I can't see that getting developed. I think it's going to cost too much. And I think so the franchise at the moment is just in a stalemate, I think.
Well, you asked me what I think. In Cowboy, I told you, as soon as I get a PS5, when they make it look better, it has to be a better looking PS5, and I will get it. We will play Genesis. You can hold me play Genesis.
Well, I'll tell you this, Turbo. I will not play that game until I play it with you. I'm not playing that game until I have to beat and play that game because I beat them all. But I will not play it until I play with you. I promise you that.
I've got an idea, Purple. We'll get a picture of Remy and we'll just stick it in a picture frame over the PlayStation, so you just see the picture frame. And behind it, there's a PlayStation, but you don't have to look at it. Aesthetically, you're looking at a picture. Perfect.
He's on to something.
I'll see.
So Ronan's in the building. I didn't get a chance to say what's up, Ronan. He said, Cowboy, I want to see Internights, Pragmata, and Singularity at the showcase. JD, you didn't get to say. What would you like to see at the showcase? I don't think I got to you, right?
Yeah. So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I need to see that game at the showcase. And if I had to pick another game, I would say let's Stellar Blade.
Okay. See, my heart got crushed because before a few days ago, I was gonna say Factions 2. But no, I ain't saying that. So there Factions 2 was my most yeah, that was my most anticipated game. Now I literally don't have a no. I'm a Transformers fan. I want to see gameplay for the Transformers game. There you go. Gameplay for the Transformers game. But other than that, I don't really have a game that I'm like, can't wait to play.
Do you know what, Cowboy? It took me ages to connect the dots. You keep on saying Faction 2, Faction 2, Faction. And I was like, what the hell's this game, Faction 2? I've never heard of Faction 1. And then I realized you're talking about the online experience of Last of Us. And I was like, to me, it was part of Last of Us. There was never a standalone faction.
You know what's funny? Holtz, I agree with you. When part 2 came out, I feel like that's when people start calling it Factions. Because people I was like, what the hell's Factions 2? And then it was like, oh, that's what they're calling The Last of Us. But I never called it Factions 1. I just said I was playing Last of Us multiplayer. So I just joined in the talk. But I never called it Factions.
Different age of gamers, that's what it is. It's these people call it Faction 2. And all stream, I was like, what is he on about Faction 2?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, click the dots. Connect the dots.
All right, guys. I mean, listen, I think that's a show. I think we covered a bunch. Purple came on and dropped some knowledge as usual. JD, the man for the P, jumped in the building. Got Holtz and FCat. It's always a good time. We got Holtz and FCat. And man, I know it don't feel late to me because I had off and I did all this surgery stuff. So it feels like a regular show where I started at 5:30, and I keep looking over like, oh wow, it's 10. I feel like it should be like 7. But yeah, man, I will be here tomorrow, 5:30 normal time, God willing. Man, it's so weird that my arm don't have feeling. I do want the feeling, but I'm afraid that I might have a lot of pain. And then I guess when I said, how come I gotta wait that long to come back to work? The physician assistant said, well, 1, you're gonna be in so much pain, you won't be able to sit through 8 hours. And 2, you're gonna be on medication that's gonna make you real dizzy, so you won't be able to sit through 8 hours. So hopefully, this is gonna be weird, but maybe hopefully my arm still doesn't have feeling, and I could just come on just to laugh and joke with you guys tomorrow, and then my feeling comes back over the weekend, and I'll have the weekend to I don't go back to work for 6 weeks anyway, but anyway, hopefully I see you guys tomorrow is what I'm trying to say. So I go around the room. Holtz, I'll start with you. Anything you want to add? Any story? Anything you want to bring up?
Yo,
okay,
share this. I just want to troll real quick.
Let's do it. JD, want to troll a little bit?
Yep. Let me bring it up.
Oh wow! I clicked on it. I thought you added something, and I pulled in Q Beanie. Hold up, let me give a shout out to Q Beanie. I was like, oh, hold up, he bringing in Q Beanie. What's going on, Q Beanie?
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, looks like you did good, man. Congratulations. How you feeling?
Thank you, man. I feel great. The only issue is my arm has no feeling at all. Like I can't move my fingers. I can't feel anything. So they did a nerve block to stop me from feeling the real pain of the surgery. So when that wears off and start feeling my hand, I got to take Percocets. And then I got to take regular pain medication. So I'm feeling great enough that I say, you know what? I'm doing a show. So thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry I'm late, man. I've been rolling down the highway all day. I finally got stopped for the night.
Hey, man, listen, it doesn't matter. Thank you for popping in. Listen, I appreciate you. We just recently became, I like to call us friends, and it's cool that you pop in and just add what you can to the table.
Sure.
We are about to wrap up, though, so I was just going around the room for everybody, and you might have joined at the wrong time because you never got a chance to meet JD, but he is a PlayStation fan. You're an Xbox fan, and he just said he want to troll, so you might have joined at the wrong time because I don't know what is he trolling about. But what is this, JD?
Hey, I just want to say that I was watching you stream WWE That's You yesterday while I was playing Battlefield at the same time on my PlayStation 5.
That's dope.
So I was tuned in, I was locked in, but I was also playing my game.
Hey, I didn't realize you could even do that. How the hell you do
that? So if you see your friends playing, they're streaming live. Like when you go to your game base, it says that your friend is streaming. You just click on that. You can watch them stream. You can watch it. You can do picture in picture and all these different things. You can move it to the left, to the side. I can put that inside of my screen, and I can watch whoever my friends stream, and I can play the game at the same time.
Didn't know that was a thing. So my thing is, I usually get every console I've got. Once it was like after the Super Nintendo, I've got day one. Like that's me, right? I don't care about if I get something it doesn't work. But I didn't get a PlayStation 5, as you guys know, day one. So I was even telling my son last night. He was like, when you go in the voice chat, because Holtz, I had jumped out of voice chat with you and Ellis talking, and I was trying to get back in. He's like, you could just press the button and click on the thing right there. I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
I know.
So I'm late to the party.
I thought we kicked you out. I thought like, oh, it's Cowboy.
You did kick me out, and I was gonna come back, but I was like, but yeah. So there's a lot I don't know how to do on a PlayStation. But thank you for mentioning that. Anyways,
what's funny about that picture, real quick?
Yeah.
We had that in 2013, and nobody used it, so we got rid of it. Just saying. I miss it. I miss picture in picture and all that stuff we used to have. 13, 14. That shit was awesome. We ain't got it no more though.
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I've got Spider-Man Into the Multiverse 2 tomorrow in the cinema. So I'm going to be watching that. And then gaming related, I've just bought this portable piano. So I'm going to learn some Zelda music and some. So this is 88 keys. So I'm going to learn some Zelda music and some Final Fantasy pieces.
Where did you get that from?
This is off Amazon, so it's a whole just extends further out, and then 88 keys. So I didn't want to buy a piano and not learn it, so I thought I'll take a portable option because I love Zelda music and I love Final Fantasy music. So I thought to myself, this is the time to start practicing. So
hey Cowboy, I know I'm late. I wanted to ask you a question.
Okay. Okay, go with it. Real quick before you do that. So a lot of people don't know this, but I am Jamaican. My mom and dad Jamaican. I was born in the United States, so they call me a Jamaican. But Josh said, in order for your shoulder to fully recover, get some bumba clot rest, bruh. Now the funny thing is, my wife just walked in here and said, you haven't iced your shoulder not once, so you might want to do that. I was like, okay, and then I read this, so that was funny. But Cubini, what's up, man? Jump on in there. We still want to hear from everybody, but go ahead.
Yeah, just a quick question. Did you see the Xbox tweet about the Fable teaser, possible Fable tease?
So today was a crazy day for me getting surgery. I went on Twitter and I seen the post, but I didn't even. All I seen is it looked like a door or something, and it said something about Fable, but I didn't even dive into it.
Let me know when you get a chance to watch that, what you think about it.
Oh, it's a video?
Yeah, it's just a quick little 15-second video they did on Twitter.
Well, my issue is this. I'm excited for Fable because of this. When I'm 47, so back in the day, when they mentioned Fable, what they said it should do, I was like, no game has ever did that. You're going to be able to talk to all these different people. It's going to change everything. And when Fable came out, it was not at all what they said. Now, I get it at that time. What they wanted to do, wasn't possible in gaming. But today, the Fable that I wanted 20-something years ago, they probably could pull off today. So it'd be cool if Fable could be what they said Fable would be that long ago. So I'm interested.
I'm expecting nothing less than perfection from that game. I mean, the studio alone can do it. We know they can. So I'm looking forward to it.
It better be a what's that game? Who makes it? My brother loves these. The game where you walk around and talk to people and it's like in space. They made 3 of them. The last one was called Armada.
You talking about Mass Effect? Armada?
Yeah.
Mass Effect. Okay.
So it better be like Mass Effects on crack and steroids. That's what I think.
Y'all got faith in these studios? That's a fair question.
And Playground, absolutely. Playground is yes, absolutely.
I love what I don't think y'all caught it earlier. I don't think y'all caught it earlier what Purple said, but she's responding to Sev, and I agree with her. She says she doesn't have faith in showcases, and you know why? And I agree. Showcases when it's a showcase. You show and tell, but it's not like what people specifically want. Like, oh, they need to show this and that. No, they pick and choose what they show for their own reasons, not for you, for them and investors and all this stuff. So,
here's a little thing that nobody remembers. In January this year, they said the show was already set, so they're not changing nothing to respond to the PlayStation show. So it's already set in stone all the way back in January.
Make sure you don't put too much pressure. My wife is attempting to put this on me live.
You know what they say, don't they? You know what they say, don't you, Cowboy?
What's that?
Ice, Cowboy. Ice.
Oh, that's it?
Oh, that's it.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Look at this, guys.
That holds it in place.
It holds it in place. It put ice on me. See, they was trying to get me to rent that fancy machine for $350 for the month.
It's not better than my ice cream invention. Shoulder ice cream cup.
Look at that. Well, it probably. I can feel the cold coming in.
Because it's like super like. It's
Dope.
supposed to be like super like cold.
Dope.
Like an 8-hour pack.
Oh, it's an 8-hour pack. Okay.
So,
but then they said I should do it off and
face
on.
cam, baby.
20 minutes on, 20 minutes off.
Oh, that's whack.
You know what they
do
say?
it all throughout the day. Like you're supposed to do it multiple times a day.
Yeah, but I don't want to keep taking this on and off.
So just leave it on if you're not feeling like it's numb or anything.
You don't sound like a doctor either.
It's on top of a bandage. It's not on your skin. They're worried about your skin
Oh.
with the ice. So that's why they tell you 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, because they want your skin not to like react to the ice being on there constantly. But you have all that padding.
Anybody believe her? I just wanted to know if anybody thinks she knows what she's talking about. Because I remember we went to the restaurant, to the ramen restaurant, and it's dessert, right? Host, beautiful looking dessert. Comes in a little cup looking thing. She was like, "Oh, you're supposed to mix it all up and pour the milk and mix it." The guy walked up and was like, "What the hell is you doing?" He was looking at me like, "What the hell is you doing?" And I was like, he was like, "Yeah, you're supposed to just scoop a little, pour the thing." And I looked at her and she was like, and that's what she sounded like she's telling me now. When the doctor said off and on. And the machine that I was going to rent said it goes 30 minutes cold and off and on for...
So then take it off every 20 minutes, like I told you they said.
You look cool. You look cool. The whole ensemble looks great. I mean, look cool.
Really?
I mean,
You like your host? You liking it?
Okay, here's one for you. What's cooler than cool?
Ice.
Ice cold.
Ice cold, baby.
There you go.
Anyway, let's go on with this
Hey,
show. We got
TK9 said, "Shut up and listen to your wife."
Man, he just like her because she's always on his side.
Hey, Cowboys getting old. Soon they'll be getting the warm
Hey, shout out
blanket
to
over them.
TK9 though. What's up, bro?
Tucking them in with the warm blanket.
She said you want an at-home nurse or you don't. Oh man. Well, I hope that soup ready, and I hope you be feeding me too, because you know at the doctor's office they come around with your little crackers and all that and soup.
What do you mean the size of your nachos the other day? You're fasting for a week.
You might want to ask your son to feed you on Friday.
Holt said I'm gonna be fasting for a week. I mean, I did say I want to do portion controls, Holt. I didn't say fast. I think I did originally say fasting, but I took it back. All right. Anyways, so Q Beanie had a good question, good stuff. Brought us into a little extra comments. I was going around the room asking everybody, did you have any last things you want to add? Listen, if we go into a conversation, I'm cool with that. I'm really doing nothing with my life besides probably watching a show with my wife when I'm done. I took a nap earlier, and they also they put me to sleep earlier, so I got a lot of rest. But let's jump in here. Purple, any last thing you want to add about anything? What's going on? Talk to us. Your shows, when the next time you're streaming, like what's going on in the world of Purple Haze?
Yeah, Purple. Yeah, so Shades of Purple tomorrow, interviewing Silent Cypher from Xbox International, really great guy. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually doing a game developer interview the following day, but I won't air that for a few more weeks. It's going to be for a studio. I'm not going to say who it is, but it's a studio that did its Stadia exclusive, and now that game's going to multiple platforms. So I'm really interested in talking to this group of people or this creator, because I thought the game was really cool. I streamed it. And yeah, just doing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom and stuff. And I'm about to come pretty strong with probably my final purple shade on this deal that is going on. Just, you know,
that is gonna be wild. Purple.
You still hating on that deal?
It's not hating on the deal, Kubini. I'm just saying
after that meeting yesterday at CMA, don't seem like they got any water to stand on.
See, here's the thing, Kubini. I don't think you know like what fluff is from non-fluff. Like you take like what Microsoft says and it's hook, line, and sinker for you. You're like, it's gospel. So it's like, okay, you're gonna take their side to it, all right. But if you understand how the deal planned out, you're like, this is par for the course.
I'm not saying anything special's going on, no, but I'm listening to Foss Patents. I ain't listening to Microsoft.
Okay, false patent is a German lawyer, right? He's not a UK lawyer. He's not a CM or FTC lawyer. And false patent has actually been wrong about the entire timeline, has been wrong about the rulings, has been wrong about everything so far. Purple,
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens, obviously.
I know. You're waiting for the clock to be right. Twice right in the day, but I get it.
Dead clock is only right twice a day.
I mean, that's what they keep holding on to it, Cowboy. They're like, oh my gosh, let me go listen to this person who's telling me something that makes me feel better.
Well, he's making the rounds, I noticed. He's been talking to all kinds of YouTubers.
And all kinds of YouTubers, all of them have said that what? They said the deal would be already done in May. They said the CMA was going to fall over. They said the FTC was going to fold. They said this was a weak case. They said this. They said that. At the end of the day, this deal just falls through for other reasons, which I've said all along, which is they're not going to agree on a price for the deal. I've said that all along.
Purple just said they all talk like Phil Spencer.
Damn. Well, you know what, Cubini, I will say this. I don't know what the outcome is, but I just want you to know, Purple Haze is not a fangirl. Purple Haze owns Xboxes, and she does not own a PlayStation. So I just want to, just so you get a little, because you're learning a lot of people in the community.
Yeah.
Purple Haze just comes from a background of this stuff. So that I just want you to know, because she's not hating on it. She just believes from, and when she speaks, it's usually literally a non-fanboy, console war agenda. She's speaking from just being kind of like an insider as far as having knowledge and background about gaming and more than that. So
I'm literally just busting her chops a little bit.
Oh yeah,
a hard time.
Yeah, I just want to make sure, because I know you know this.
It's gonna happen. It can happen. We'll see in July when they go to court. So
yeah. Like, I just want to say this.
Hold the line.
Hold
Hold the line.
Yeah, so hold the line. What's cool is when you came in here, I know you see the thing is, I don't just have PlayStation people on. I just don't have Xbox people on. And you and me met because people was calling me a bot. So it's kind of cool that you got to see, like, oh, cool. I want, like Purple said, I don't care where you game, how you game, as long as you game. And so that's my thing too. At the end of the day, I was thinking of literally of naming my podcast Pony Bot Podcast, because I don't care. I just want to talk gaming. And I'd rather if we get into more, this game is better than this game versus Xbox and PlayStation.
I have seen the buzz around you lately. It's all right. It ain't that bad. It puts you on the map, bud.
Hey, TK, funny.
Cool. It's cool.
Hey, I just love it.
It really is. It's
fun. Hey, Purple, did you see another big channel just came at me?
No, I told you, I gave you props for that, Cowboy. Like, I gave you props for that. Like I said that last week on my show. I didn't see another. I didn't see one.
Purple.
Who was it?
So you mentioned it, right? So the biggest channel at that time was the Zombie Kid, Mischief. I don't know why somebody called him Zombie Kid, so I've been saying it. But Mischief, which got like 73,000 subscribers. So somebody inboxed me and said, bro, Griffin Gaming talking about you. I'm like, I don't even know who that is. He got 213,000.
You don't know who that is?
213,000, and he did a video on me. I was like, so that was crazy. But
I think he mentioned you in a live stream for like 10 minutes. To be fair,
yeah. Here's the thing. I don't know where that. So some other guy is taking Griffin's videos and making YouTube videos in it. So it's weird. Even Griffin responded to us like, bro, hopefully you don't get kicked off YouTube for that, but I don't care. So I don't know where he took the stream from. I don't know where Griffin streams, because it doesn't look like it's on his own YouTube channel. But either way, it got put to my attention. I'm like, who the hell is Griffin Gaming? I looked, I was like, oh my God, that found little old me. So good stuff.
I want to say one other thing. I have a personal grudge against Colt Eastwood right now. He doesn't know shit about it and why. But I'm telling you what, that boy lies through his teeth 5 ways from Sunday. And then he denies it 2 minutes later. And I'm already
give us an example. Give us an
it's
example.
very simple. He's on Twitter talking about that video I told you about the Fable teas, swearing up and down that has nothing to do with Fable. And then he pops a YouTube video today talking about, oh, it's a Fable tease. Like, you know, that kind of stuff where he's back and forth, just like the Redfall things, you know, where he said
I will
this
say
and
this.
this.
I've heard his names a couple times, but I don't know who he is either.
He's on the upper side of the Xbox guys for sure.
Yeah, he's one of those like super Xbox. Like he's just gonna tell a lie.
Yeah. He needs
He
to stick
lies
with one side or
left
the
and right.
other. He needs to quit doing that. It's kind of ridiculous. It's more than just those two things, but he's been doing it lately.
So I see a little argument or a little battle down there. TK said, somebody said hold the line. TK said F the line. And TK, obviously you guys know he signed a contract for Nintendo. So he's saying that we got better leaders. And then Sev said, oh, well, also wasn't Reggie in Nintendo? So they're going back and forth about Nintendo and Xbox down there. So I don't know. But I'll tell y'all this.
Reggie was cool, man. I enjoyed Reggie.
I'll tell y'all this. Before I got into YouTube stuff, or like, I guess, meeting YouTubers, I was a gamer's gamer. I ain't know the name of the head of Sony. I ain't know the head of Xbox. I ain't know the head of Nintendo. What I could tell you was what the games were. I can tell you that, but I ain't know any of that stuff. So, but now I'm learning.
Reggie was so big that people knew who he was before the internet and YouTube and all that stuff. He just, you know, he was at the shows. He was at all the events. People just knew him because he was so epic. He really was a cool guy.
The difference with this is why I say Nintendo always get flack, man. And this is why, like, if you truly like really want to root for your company, you need to call them out. Nintendo was being called out before Reggie became like Nintendo of America's president. And then once he became president, he was trying to bring like all the complaints that Nintendo fans had. He was bringing them to Japan and was like, hey, you need to have this, you need to have Smash, you need to fix this, you need to fix that. And that's why everybody like rallied around Reggie, because everybody was giving Nintendo flack. And he was the one who said, okay, I hear the complaints. Let's see what we can do. And he did a lot of good stuff for Nintendo at the time, despite the the cultural differences. So anybody, this is why I don't get about most of the people in any community that doesn't speak up about like where your company is lacking. If PlayStation is lacking in multiplayer, then you need to speak out about that and say, hey, I want multiplayer games just like Xbox has. Like I need this stuff, Sony, or whatever it is, so that they can listen and bring these things and make the company better as a whole. But if you just give them a pass all the time saying, hey, we don't need this, we don't need that, everything's good and everything's all rosy and buttery smooth and all this stuff, then you'll always get crap. They'll always treat you like crap.
Hey JD, what E3 was that when Reggie, Phil, and was that Sean Layden were all hanging out together on stage? You remember that?
I remember that. That was, oh man, I gotta go back in the banks.
It's been a while.
But I do remember that. It's been a while, but yeah, I remember that. They was hanging out. Having
so
a good
cool
old time.
seeing all three of them on stage together, smiling.
Yeah, and I was gonna say the only thing that I knew before this YouTube stuff was only showcase I watched E3 and I watched the Game of the Year awards. I never watched anything else. I was never that guy that was really into all this stuff. Also want to say Seb said we're not arguing, so I used the wrong word. They're just having a conversation, so I apologize for that.
Did you ever see the what was that Xbox show they had a couple years ago, the live one? Was it in Mexico, I think? What was that show called? They didn't bring it back. They were going to bring it back, and they didn't do it anymore. XO? Was it XO 19, XO 18, something like that?
Okay, I didn't watch that.
That was a cool show. They were down south of Mexico doing a live event. I think it was Mexico. I could be wrong. XO. Let me look it up.
Yeah. But good. Let me still go around the room. Purple. That was a lot of good stuff. I love where it led us. Jubini had some stuff. JD, bro, still congratulations to you and your wife and the cool YouTube content you guys are doing as a couple. I love it, man. And you also as a content creator, jumping on the stuff with Dr. Spaceman on Monday nights. I apologize. I was going to be a guest, but wrestling kicked it up, bro. Wrestling got every Monday. It's like oh, I can't miss. Wrestling got me to the point where I'm like, I got to be watching wrestling live because they had a tournament and all this stuff. But I definitely still want to come on and be a guest if you guys still have me. But JD, tell us what's going on with you. If anything else we missed you want to bring up, floor is yours, man.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man, just check me out. I just finished God of War Ragnarok. It's up on my Twitch. I just finished Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores DLC. So that's up on Twitch as well. I'm going to try to stream some Street Fighter 6. I got to go out of town next week. Be down in Houston, Texas for an event out there. But then, but yeah, just catch me around, man. Just subscribe to my notifications, man. Whenever I go live, my life is kind of hectic right now. I'm all over the place, but catch me Monday nights on Playing in the Stars with Dr. Spaceman. You know, those my folks, Bet Cloud Gaming, Ghost Strats, you know, all of them. And sometimes I just jump on here with Cowboy, man, and just kick it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's all good, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat for rocking out with everybody, man, and just continue to game, have fun, and enjoy gaming. No matter what your platform or choice is, no matter who you go with, just just take this hobby, you know what I'm saying, enjoy it, relax, have fun, play the games, and just chill, man, and y'all be good.
That's dope. Any last thing you want to throw out there? Like Cubini, that was cool. He came in with a question. Any last topic? Anything we missed about gaming or anything that's coming up? Anything you want to add or no?
Oh no, I'm good, man.
Okay.
Hey, Cowboy, can you pull up that Fable tweet real quick and show it to everybody?
Yeah. Can you? I got one hand, which is my left hand, so I'm slow. Can you throw it in the private thing? If you grab the link for me, I'm gonna try to do it. Oh yeah, you might be faster than me. Yeah, it sucks, man. It's my right hand. And you know what's funny? I was talking to my HR person at work yesterday. She said, "You know what's gonna mess you up?" And it was so simple. I never thought about it. She was like, "I was like, what?" She's like, "This was gonna mess you up." I said, "What?" She said, "Brushing your teeth." I said, "What?" And I thought, I've never brushed my teeth with my left hand in my life. I was like, oh, snap. Like, it's just the little things. It's going to be weird. And we ain't even going to get into other stuff that I can't do with my predominant hand. But, yeah. But, yeah, if you put it in a private chat, it won't let you put it. YouTube won't let you share a link with the chat. But if you put it in a private chat, I'll click on it. We'll pull it up. We'll watch the video together. And Seb, I gotta mess with you. You said you don't follow these consoles and you don't cap for them, but you cap for PC. I'm just saying. I'll leave that alone.
Do I do it on the Streamlabs or somewhere else?
Yeah, in the Streamlabs. If you look at the top of the stream, it says stream or private. If you click on private, it'll pop up with a little message, and you can put it right in there. And I wonder if feeling's going to come back. My hand, I'm starting to feel it like stronger. Like it's like this strong sensation. Like it feels like I'm sitting on my hand. And it's like just real numb. No tingling to my fingers. Okay, I got it.
It may not be the direct. You might have to blow it up once you get it open. It's really quick video.
Okay, that's cool. Let me click on it and pause it. That's pretty big. Let's click on this. Okay, wait. I'm gonna put up. Just bear with me, guys. I'm slow.
You're good.
All right. I don't want Purple to start. She make a drop a video on me talking about Cowboy slow. You know, or JD. One of them. You know they capitalists.
I tried to fill you in on the references of the video afterwards.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate you adding this to the show.
It's cool. Right. It's very cool.
Yeah, man, I'm one of those people, bro. I get when you become a bigger content creator, it's more about just you. I get the business side of it. You know, the people usually don't have guests because the focus is supposed to be them. They're the brand. And if you bring other people on, one, people might want that more from your content. and two, people might like somebody else and watch them. Bro, that's not me. Listen, if you never watch me again and watch JD because you met him from here, good for JD, because I'm not the keeper of I'm not the gatekeeper of entertainment, you know. So for me, I love you coming on here, bringing up stuff. We're gonna watch it together, laugh together, trash talk together. You know what I'm saying? My channel's like is our channel. But with that being said, let me see if it's muted or not. Oh, I don't think it's muted. All right, here we go, guys.
That's it.
So,
all right,
so he got the Halo nail polish, and he sprinkled it. All
right. So, what do you think you see there? And then I'll tell you what I know, if you want to know.
I don't. For me, all right. Hold on. Let's do some frames real quick. Let's do some frames. All right. So TV.
The music's a big clue.
Okay. So TV, the music. I don't know. The music sounds like Psychonauts or something like that. But so you see a headset. All right. So that means if we're just gonna say this is a game, so you can talk to people on a headset. I'm not sure what's up with the glitter, but the glitter makes a trail. You follow it. It's up the steps. It's going upstairs. It's going on a table. You see a mouse pad. Somebody named Melissa. Hold up. We got a last name. Melissa.
McGame Pass? Yo,
I never even saw that.
McGame Pass?
Melissa McGame Pass. All right. So we go.
Xbox.
Oh my
God.
God.
Xbox. We got a trophy. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You can buy those.
Xbox show, and it says seems important. See you there June 11th. I don't know.
So, let me give you a little inside info on this, okay?
Oh wait. Isn't that a Series S? That's a Series S, right?
Some people said it's the streaming box, but I think it's an S. Yes.
Okay. All right.
They are rumored to have a streaming box coming out that's the same size, but I don't
know.
Remember
they canceled that streaming box.
Phil had it behind him again on that kind of funny interview, so I don't know.
Okay, because they came out live. Like they came out live and said that streaming box is canceled. But
so
anyway.
The music is a recreation of the theme song from the first Fable game. It's very similar. Okay. And the glitter is from Fable. There's glitter trails in the game that you follow to get to your destination. And that's what that is. That's the glitter trail from the first Fable game. So we're all assuming this is Fable for sure. I did not see the Game Pass thing. That is pretty funny, actually. So
see, hey, listen,
and I've watched.
You asked me to take a look. I was on it, Q. I was on it.
But yeah, I'm 90% sure this is Fable. It's been in development since about late 2018, so it's about time to see something, man. That's for sure.
I mean, listen, Fable was a loved game. I just think for me, I never went past part 1 because I was invested and it didn't do what they said it would. I was younger, so I felt like, you advertise it to be the game where everybody you talk to, you'll get a different response. It was supposed to be a living game. With today's technology, I think they could get pretty close to making it like what I wanted it to be.
Does it bother you that the S is up there instead of the X? Because I feel like that's going to bother some people.
I'll say this as a I'm not a pro Xbox guy, but I think and this is just my agreement. I think for the developers who came out and said the S has very small memory, and that makes it an issue. And Microsoft, let me not say Xbox, Microsoft said you have to make the game for both. And some of the developers, like the Final Fantasy developer, just other developers that said that S has been an issue. I understand that Microsoft said we got 2 consoles, next gen consoles coming. the price point is going to work for two people. You'll always get the same games, just one will be graphically better. Now, that sounded great, but then when developers say it is great because it's great for the consumer that you could save $200, but for the developers, it's not great that it's extra work, and that may, not that they can't do it, but it's just going to take time. So what I do think is, being that it's an Xbox in-house game, they probably have taken the time to make it where it will be what you want it to be on Xbox Series X, and it will be just a downscale version for the S. But I think, to your point, does it bother me?
Yeah.
No, not at all. Listen, it was their choice to make these two consoles, and they just gotta take the good with the bad. If it hinders them and they can't get certain games, that's fine. It was their choice. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. If they're able to get more money, they sell more S's because it's cheaper for people. More people could experience next-gen games. That's fine. On the flip side of the console nonsense, yeah, showing the S makes me lose a little faith on the console nonsense. Just that part, that maybe Fable will be held back even on the X. I'm sorry, that's a long-winded answer, but I wanted to cover all areas. But
you think maybe they're saying, "Don't worry, Fable will run great on the S"?
yes, yes.
I think you're right. I think first party, it's not going to be a problem.
Yes.
I think the third party just doesn't want to put the effort in to deal with the differences in the two boxes.
Yes.
And if
that's
we
why
get,
I said I'm not saying they can't. That's why I said I'm not saying they can't. Some people would say, "Oh, they can't. It's not possible." Like Rift Apart, right? Look, it's coming on PC, right? Now I know people said they didn't say it's not. They just said you need SSD, blah blah blah. But either way, that game is coming on another platform, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be for some low-end PCs as well. So you're going to get the game. So I think, but given the time, the opportunity, the optimization, developer, they probably going to nail Fable, if it is Fable, for both the S and the X.
Reforge, our buddy Reforge, made a video today and told everybody to quit talking that it's not going to run, or that it's going to run on a hard drive for Ratchet and Clank, because they have not officially released the hardware requirements.
Mm-hmm.
He's already capping for it, basically. But I look forward to that game. I'm going to play it on my computer at home. Hopefully my 6-year-old will love it. I'm looking forward to that game.
What, Fable? Oh, you're talking Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, Ratchet and Clank. Yes, absolutely.
So, not to be that guy, but I've never had interest in Ratchet and Clank because, to me, it looked like a kid's game. I was always more adult oriented. I grew up when HBO, you wasn't supposed to watch it late at night. So I was more into violence. I get excited when I see heads get ripped off. So I always stayed clear to Ratchet and Clank. However, somebody was trying to make it sound bad, but it was a plus for me. They said, "Oh, that's like a Marvel movie. It's just a cinematic." I said, "Oh, well, I like Marvel movies and the big explosion." So at some point, I do want to play and beat Ratchet and Clank. It's just still nowhere on my agenda. You know what I mean?
Well, I enjoyed Psychonauts, and I really feel like they're kind of similar in that vein.
Right.
I beat Psychonauts. That game was great.
Did you beat part 1 and part 2?
Just the second one. I haven't played the first one yet.
Yeah. Do you feel you even need to go back to it?
I watched somebody else play it, or maybe a 30-minute recap or something. The second one was great. On the PC, it's amazing, man. That thing, I can run it maxed out all day long. It looks gorgeous.
Hey, man, that's one credit you got to give Xbox, is that they allow you to play your games on PC. Dude, that's cool, man.
That's a hot topic. That is a hot topic for sure.
You know what's crazy? I get it, though, right? I said this. When somebody said Sony needs to allow you to play your first-party games to the handheld, so that would be done. Business. Once you start allowing people to play something somewhere else, like me, I'm a prime example. I would have bought an Xbox by now, but you let me play it on the cloud. So why spend the $300 or $500? Now, am I going to get the same experience? No, but you haven't yet showed me a game that I felt I need to play it on a console. So same thing, right? If you say I could play it on a PC, which some people say, well, don't play it on the cloud, play it on my laptop, which is a 2060 Ti, GTX, sorry. That's possible, but I'm just not a PC gamer. I don't want to even get into it. But so I do see the hot topic, but I still see it's amazing that you could play your games on something else. Now, might make me not buy a Xbox, but you're still allowing me to play your game. And if the ecosystem is a Game Pass, it's still brilliant. But that's all I'll say.
I don't like the excuse that it devalues the console on the Sony side. I don't agree with that. If you're gonna buy the console, you're gonna buy it anyway. It don't matter if that game comes out.
Hey, Beanie, then tell me why I don't own an Xbox.
Tell me why you don't like playing on a 65-inch TV. I don't know, bro.
Bro,
I love my computer, but I love playing on that big TV.
Hey, see now,
Nobody talks about
I gotta correct you, bro. If I didn't have two hands, I would change this to my phone. In my living room, I got a 70-inch 4K TV that I bought when Destiny 2 came out, right? Now it is dated, but when it still wasn't dated, I got into cloud gaming and I started playing on my laptop, which is 15.6 inches. So I went from that size to my laptop. The convenience was cool. It wasn't even the convenience. It was more, I was big into cloud gaming. And so then I was going to buy an LG C1, which was 48 inches, because I needed something smaller to have right in the corner. I got this 28-inch Sony InZone M9. So at the end of the day, trust me, I could play on a large screen. I chose not to. So I don't think it's always, that's why everybody's different, because I could walk in the other room and play on 70 inches.
I'm just saying that's an aspect of it that a lot of people don't bring up. Console gamers just want to play in a big TV and chill. I mean,
that's crazy.
Console gamers do, that's kind of the appeal of having that, I guess.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
I can plug my PC into the TV, but I don't. I got a curved monitor, man. I'm good.
Here's what's crazy. I'm a console gamer, and I like to play on this monitor. It looks amazing. I'm not that far. Like I'm sitting, dude, it's perfect. So it's crazy though. But I think cloud broke me though. Cloud opened my eyes to playing on a phone, playing on a laptop, and I realized, it's crazy. Playing on a big TV is cool, but it's not cool like it used to be, because I still see the exact same thing. And so, yeah, I don't know.
Well, like Assassin's Creed, Odyssey and all them. I've got 200-300 hours on those games, but those are on a big TV. I don't know if I can play the game like that on my monitor for 300 hours.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'll tell you this. I got broke out of it because the convenience
game's so expensive.
The convenience of cloud gaming, aka Stadia, back then, bro, I could walk. I told people earlier, when I had Stadia, I could walk out my door, and I don't know where I was going, but 8 times out of 10, I could pick up whatever game, whether it was online or single player, and play wherever via Wi-Fi or mobile data. That was so cool that I forced myself to play games on my phone. Plus, I got the big, always had a folding phone. So for me, I was like, dude, I would go to my mother-in-law's house, stay the weekend, and I'm in her back room playing on my phone. And so that broke me out of, I need that 70-inch TV. So
here, let me show you something real quick, then I'll let you go. All right, buddy. Let me show you something.
All right, cool.
Check this out. This phone, right? You got the Fold 4?
Yeah, you got the 4.
Yes, sir. I got the 4. Okay, I know it's a little, you can't really see it, damn cameras. But I'm on the cloud streaming for Xbox, right?
Yeah.
So all I got to do is hit play, connect the controller, and bam, I'm playing in my truck. I know how important cloud is. I love the cloud. I do it with the computer. I can log into the cloud website and play on the computer right now. So I am with you, brother. The cloud is definitely, I definitely am okay with it. It's not my permanent solution, but I definitely enjoy it.
And K9 made a point. He said, to be fair though, Cowboy, you are a streamer. That is true, because I only got my laptop because I was streaming. So that is true. Before I was a streamer, I didn't own anything that was called a PC that I actually use. So you got a good point. Most gamers don't stream. Good point.
Hey,
You're right.
TK, man, you can't put most gamers at the beginning of a sentence, bro. Most gamers
Well,
are not us right now. Most gamers are in bed right now. They ain't talking on a podcast.
That is true.
We
I think that's
we
what
are
he's
the
trying
minority,
to say,
brother.
No, I think that's what he's trying to say. He's trying to say the gamers you're talking about aren't into all of this stuff. So he was just trying to say I got a laptop because I was a streamer.
Well, I do agree what he's saying about the TVs. I think most casual, just pick it up, play for an hour, are fine.
I agree.
On TVs for sure.
And that's why I don't do what he did. I don't say most. I typically just tell you guys my point of view. You know, I can't really, I could say my friends, they all still play on TVs, but I don't like to generalize things because I didn't do a survey. I work for a market research company and you put out surveys, you do an aggregate to find out what's the actual numbers. I think in our head, we generalize things because we think, right? But I like what Lono, I will give him this. He opened my eyes to when I would get on Nintendo, he would say, and I say it's for kids, he would say, that's the Eastern market or the Western market. If you go to the East, the people in Japan are like, oh yeah, I always forget about them. I always just think America, but he's right. So same thing with gamers. We can say all we want, but there's people out there that we don't even consider when we make a broad statement like most gamers. So it's a good point though, because those gamers are playing the same games we are. And you know they should be accounted for also.
Hey Evans, I can tell you, brother, man. When I was in middle school, it was N64, PlayStation, battles, bro. We would talk trash at school all day long, and we go home and we play that shit. It was amazing.
Hey, Cubini, when I hear people say the Cloud Wars is new or the console wars, I'm like, what, bro? I was a kid talking about ColecoVision versus Atari. Some people never played Atari or ColecoVision. I was a kid talking about is NES, not SNES, is NES, not Sega Genesis, Sega Master System. What's better, NES or Sega Master System? Trust me, I've watched the console wars forever. I was back in the day when people got bashed Atari for bringing out ET. Like, trust me. I know, Evans, you're 28 years old. Console wars started.
You're a baby, brother.
Bro. Yeah, the console wars started when video games started. Trust me. I can tell you that. At least where I lived at.
Anybody spending $2K on a TV for their console don't need to be doing that.
Hey,
you can spend $1K and get a nice TV, I promise you.
I mean, listen. I got a video on my channel, bro. I was such a diehard Destiny fan, and I vlogged it. You see me go to Walmart. You see me pick out. Again, I wasn't $2,000, but you see me pick out a 70-inch 4K TV and a PlayStation 4 Pro. Now that all was over $2,000, just so I could play Destiny that night when it went live, Part 2. So I think if you're into something, nobody could tell you what you should or shouldn't spend. If you're like a fanatic, right? If you're just like, well, I'll do it. And if you got the money, cool. But if you're like, I mean, I guess it's your hobby, right? If gaming is that big of a hobby for you, then bro, go spend your $2,000 on your TV.
There's my TV that I have at home. And yes, I know that King does not like them, but it is a damn good TV for the money. Check it out. I sent you the link. We bought that thing about 3 months ago. I replaced my 2018 model of the same TV.
Let's check this out.
I know Kings makes fun of the brand all the time, but you got to realize that panel is made by Samsung.
All right, hold on. I'm a little slow. Told you I got one hand, not my predominant hand. So y'all just got to bear with me. Oh, TCL? Okay.
Yeah, it's the Q7, the 4K QLED. TV is a hell of a TV. In fact, it's the best TV for $1,000 is basically what anybody on the internet will tell you. And I had the 2018 R series model, which was the LED one that I replaced it with. I know King's a hater on the TCL, but that's a really good TV.
Well, now that I'm getting into, I guess, monitors and stuff like that, once I was I don't follow any of this stuff, but when I'm gonna buy something, I go crazy. So when I got my monitor, reason why I went with the Sony Endzone M9 is one, the commercials was all about the PlayStation 5, so they built it in mind with the PlayStation 5. Two, it had the V-Sync and the N-Sync and the VR, so I wanted to make sure it had all that nonsense that they tell you if you want the best of the best, 96 knitting zones, which I know TVs are like in the thousands of the darks or whatever, but for a monitor, it was the best.
On the bottom, check out the specs on the bottom. It'll show you what it has. If you just scroll down.
Yeah, just right here.
No, if scroll down, there'll be a subcategory.
Oh, yeah. Scroll down.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Keep going. You'll see it'll say specs. Yeah, open that one. Yeah. So I'll kind of go through it with you so I can see it. So yeah, full array local dimming, QLED, 120 hertz. I have the Roku version, not the Google TV version, because I don't like the Google OS. Let's see if it says anything.
I wanted to make it bigger. There you go.
Okay, so yeah, 65-inch HDR compatible QLED, full array, 120 hertz. It doesn't really show as much as it should.
4K, 2160p, 65 inches, high dynamic range, yes. QL. Well, I know that's the way to go, but
for example, their 85 inch is only $1,800 for the
full
same
array
TV.
dimming, 120 hertz, smart platform TV. Now, I know a lot of people would say OLED is the way to go. So what's the difference between QLED and OLED?
It's you get what you pay for. I'm saying that's the best TV for under $1,000.
I got you.
For the average Joe, that TV's more than capable. Let me pull up real quick, see if I can find it for you. Okay, so it's a mini LED with QLED wide color, it says.
We'll get to the comments while we got this up.
So yeah, so it's a mini LED or a mini. What am I looking at here?
So just facts.
Yeah, it's an 8K TV too.
I was born in '94, so I heard all the Nintendo versus N64 versus PlayStation stuff. I remember when Xbox came out with the 2000s and 2001, whatever it was. Yeah, let me see. The same way most PC gamers do not have a PC messing with PS5 or Xbox Series X. I think they did say so. I remember when the statistics was only 13% of gamers have a 3060 and above. That's very small.
I saw that.
Yeah. So
it changed, I think, right? A couple months ago, it was something else.
Yeah, mine. Yeah, because I'm going back.
Yeah.
Maybe 9 months ago. My PC is better than consoles, but I can't speak for others. Yeah. Some stuff is just facts. Let me see. Yeah, a part of the minority with Evans. Maybe I am TK9, and that's fine, but I need a powerful PC for my job. Yeah, that makes sense.
So this says 1,000 nits on that TV.
Yeah, and my monitor only has 96. That's a big difference.
That's crazy. 120 hertz panel with 144 hertz VRR support, 240 hertz VRR support, Dolby Vision, HDR 10 plus, all that good stuff. 4K 120, 4K 144 also. I haven't even really messed with that TV, man. It's still sitting in the box at home. But yeah, I'm just, all I'm saying is for $1,000 if you're on a budget.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. You don't want to buy the cheap TCLs at Walmart that are $3.99. Those are
right.
Those are the ones you make fun of. Those are pretty terrible. The ones on Black Friday that are $199 for a 55-inch. No, don't touch those.
Yeah, it's like leave it alone.
No, throw it out the window.
But all right, brother. Thanks for popping in, man. You always got an invite, my brother. and always good talking to you on the Discord as well.
Yes,
And
sir.
thank you for making time. Like, you sitting in a truck and you chose to jump on here, so I appreciate that, man. You know.
Yes, sir. I actually just finished watching Sahara, the Matthew McConaughey movie from a couple of years back.
Okay.
And I saw you're on, wanted to come in and see how you're feeling, basically. So.
Yeah. Thank you. Well,
Yes, sir,
I
brother.
appreciate it. If I can, I'll be streaming tomorrow, God willing. If this pain don't kick in and make me say nope. But yeah. So let me
You be
close
careful
out.
on them Percocets, man. Don't take too many.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, I want to avoid it. I never even took anything like that. I never really had an
They're
injury. I
strong.
never really go to the doctors. So me personally, if I could, I mean, I tore my shoulder back in December and was walking around with 3 tears, or I probably made it worse a little after it happened. But I've been walking around for months now. Obviously, that's not major surgery drilled. They literally put anchors, and so it's my shoulder's kind of crazy. But if I could avoid it and just do the Tylenol, but that's probably not going to be the case. So yeah, man. But yeah, man, I will talk to you. Let me close out this show.
Yes, sir,
And I'll talk to you sooner than later.
All right, man. You have a good night. We'll be in touch.
Thanks, brother.
Yes, buddy.
Later. All right, guys, give it up for Q Beanie, a friend of the show, always coming on, dropping some knowledge and dropping just good conversations. I want to thank all you guys that's been just rocking with me, man, having conversations and chatting. Yeah, I am jacked up right now. Can't feel my hand. It's kind of crazy. Damn, I tried to reach for my hand and didn't know where my hand was at. How crazy is that? But I'm still on here. I got to work out. 6 months from now, I'll be able to actually get back to that stuff. But just want a speedy, good, safe recovery. And you know, I don't like. I got a good pain tolerance, but I just hope I don't go through too much pain. It feels weird that my arm is like dead. So I would like that feeling back, but I know it's going to come with pain. But with that being said, and my voice sounds a little crazy because when I was asleep, they had to put a tube down my throat. But you guys are epic. You guys are the real winners of this channel. You add value to the channel. You give me a reason to want to get up out the bed with no shirt on and an ice pack and one arm and stream just so I could talk to you guys because this is my social time. So my voice is a little messed up. Need some more water. But with that being said, I'm the Cowboy King of Entertainment. And this stream was epic. I know a lot of content creators saying that's corny, but it's entertainment. So for me, I do my little corny stuff because I'm an entertainer. I'm not a game streamer, not a podcaster. I'm an entertainer. So with that being said, it was epic. Because I'm a cowboy. Oh, man. Thank you, guys. TK, I appreciate it, man. And let me go lay down and clear my throat. And now your mama knows. Break it down.
I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man!
And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon!